things sorted over here on my end, and then I'm going to start to read the information that I have previously channeled, and I'll also explain why I'm doing this, which is my phone has storage issues and I cannot record a single solo other video until I get the storage situation sorted out. So that means all of the other content that I had planned, I cannot yet do. But since I've kind of already wanted to try an AMA live stream, that's what we're doing today. And since the live streams tend to go long, I thought, and also the AMAs tend to go long, I was like, let's just marry the two of them together. If you guys have questions, please feel free to ask when we're live. I cannot promise that I'm going to answer a question if it is not pertaining to any of the questions that you guys have previously asked. But let's get just situated over here. Hello, hair goddess. I'm glad that you are catching us live today, darling. Chat filter. That looks good. Okay, so we have so much information to get through. There we go. I think that's good. We have almost half of this notebook. And in addition to that, we also have about half of this notebook as well. I have no idea if we're going to get through all of the information that I have previously channeled. If we don't, whatever we don't get through will automatically roll over into the next Ask Me Anything, which hopefully by the time I can do the next one, the storage issue on my phone will have been sorted and worked out. We have probably about three hours, which I know that sounds like a lot of time. Surprisingly enough, when it comes to like an Ask Me Anything, 3 hours might in fact not be enough to get through all the information that I have channeled, especially if we're taking into account the fact that there might be questions asked as well. Hello, hold on. I gotta adjust the lighting over here. Is that Marek? Hello, Marek. Hello, Ali. You remind me of a cop from a game or your hairstyle. As long as you don't say I remind you of Ellen DeGeneres, because I get that a lot. And you know what, when people say that to me, I'm like, you're gonna have to try harder to insult me. First of all, that's not even like original. Second of all, it's really not insulting if you think about it. Like, try harder. I like it when people are if someone's gonna be a troll, at least be a creative troll. If the default is like, oh, you have short blonde hair, she has short blonde hair, you look like her, that's just not gonna cut it. Like, people are gonna have to try harder if they want to insult me. Hello, Adam. Thank you, I appreciate that, Ali. All right, so we got a shit ton of information that we gotta get through. We have like half of this notebook, we have half of another notebook. Just in case you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Faye. I am an energy reader, I'm a psychic, I'm an intuitive, I'm a medium. And all of the content that we're gonna get through is stuff that I have previously channeled. And I do not have any storage left on my phone. So we're gonna try this today, we're gonna see how it goes. If you guys have questions about celebrities, you can ask. However, I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna answer it if it's not pertaining to somebody that I am speaking about in this Ask Me Anything. No, I have not watched I saw the first Squid Game, I haven't seen the second one. I actually haven't turned my TV on in probably over a year. You can tell me who your favorite is. You guys, if you wanna have like a side conversation in the comments section, you're more than welcome to. I, however, cannot contribute to it. All right. So since this is in Ask Me Anything, and these are all topics that you guys have previously asked and I have previously looked into, hello, darling Beth, I'm glad that you made it. We're gonna first start by looking into an actor by the name of, I love the hearts, thank you guys, I appreciate the hearts. So the first person whose energy we're gonna look into is an actor by the name of Christian Bale. Christian Bale is an English-American actor. Maybe he's most well known for his role playing Batman. Certainly among other films, he's a very prolific actor. He has won two Golden Globe Awards and one Academy Award, and he has an estimated net worth of $120 million. So here we go. This is what Christian's Energy shared with me when I had connected to it all the way back in December. I've been channeling for a while. I was like, you know what? It's probably time to do an AMA. I've got like 2 months worth of material here. So as soon as I connected to Christian's Energy, he laughed and he said he sometimes can't believe he made a deal with the devil. Surprise, surprise. Probably not a surprise. Except he didn't so much make a deal as he was born into a pre-existing contract his parents made when they joined the club. So he was raised in it, and while it was always assumed that kids born into it would stay in it, they still had to pledge their fealty to the club, and for him it was obvious that he would. It's all he's ever known, so why leave it? It just didn't make sense. So he's content. He also couldn't imagine doing anything else other than acting because he loves the process of losing himself in a character. Literally becoming somebody else is exhilarating to him. The club has been good to him and he has no plans on leaving it, not that he ever really could anyway. And that is because I have shared with you guys, the club is like Hotel California. You know the song Hotel California? You can check out, but you can't ever really leave. That's kind of what the club is. You can check out, but you can't ever really leave it. Hello, my darling. Take no prisoners. Ashley, right? I'm so glad that you caught us, Ashley, darling. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is Janice Dickinson. She is a former American model and TV personality. This is going to be a very short segment. As soon as I connected to her energy, she rolled her eyes, said, "Not another stupid energy reader," and then she slammed her energy shut on me. So that was a very short segment, but also here's the thing. If somebody's energy chooses to come in, however long or brief the encounter is, I will then share it with you. So there you go. That was Janice Dickinson. Here's also the thing, just because it's an AMA and it's like a live stream AMA, if you guys are in the, if you're watching live and you have questions, you can of course ask it. I am keeping my eye on the chat, and then also if you're part of the replay crew and you're not catching this live, but if you have questions, please also feel free to comment down below because you're going to be part of the replay crew if you have any questions about somebody that I'm looking into. Okay. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is in a New Zealand singer and songwriter by the name of Lorde. Let's see what Lorde's energy wanted to share with me. She said that she thinks Hollywood and the US music industry is whacked. Debauchery she expected, but they take it to a whole new and unsavory level. And when she's been in the US in the past, and they had intended to entice her with all that they had shown to her, it actually had the opposite effect, and it left her counting down the hours until she left the United States and could return to her normal life. Don't get her wrong, she still feels called to music. It still thrums in her blood, but she has no desire to conquer the American music market now that she sees what it is truly about. So that is what Lorde's energy chose to share with me. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Hello, ASAP. Now, the next topic I was asked to look into is very interesting. I was asked if our thoughts can be read by outside forces, and in addition to that, can we be sent thoughts by outside sources? Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. Now, this was shown to me. The two actually go hand in hand because while it was not shown to me that our thoughts can literally be read by outside forces, we of course can develop a close relationship and dialogue with our higher self and our guides, but admittedly, I have a feeling that is not the kind of outside forces the person that asked this question of me had in mind. So can our thoughts be read by true outside forces? Outside forces that are not, let's say, like our vibe tribe on the other side, i.e. like our guides? No. But just because our thoughts cannot be read, that still leaves a lot of variables in terms of how we can be influenced by outside forces. Because so much of our life entails rather extensive programming from the time that we are born. Because a truly mentally free population is a huge threat to the powers that be. So really, now more than ever, we are being so heavily influenced and seduced by the 3D, and with all the external noise created to confuse us and to divert us. So yes, programming of any kind, whether it is the so-called news, which is propaganda, or advertisements, or since somebody just actually asked about Netflix and Squid Game, that also includes TV networks such as Netflix. It is all designed to implant thoughts into our mind and to control us with that implementation. And also, don't forget, the CIA admitted in the 1970s that they had been tinkering with MK-Ultra mind control on a mass scale on the population, and they also never said that they had stopped with their mass scale implementation of mind control on the population. So if they never said they stopped it, it stands to reason it's still going on. And it is. And I'm also going to remind you if this is something that you know, or I'm going to inform you if it's something that you didn't yet know. President Obama passed a law that the so-called news can lie to the American people with impunity. As in, it is not a crime for the news to lie to us, the American people. And also because the news that is shared here in the United States actually gets picked up by worldwide publications. That also means that any news that is created, this is intentional, the terms that I'm using with you guys. Any news that is created, as in it might not in fact be real news that they are reporting, it's created, that means it's getting picked up worldwide. So essentially they are lying to the worldwide population with impunity as well. And movies, too, paint a picture of the world that we live in. So aren't all of these things then some form of mental seeding? So yes, even though our thoughts cannot in fact be read by outside sources other than like our guides and our higher self, we can very heavily be influenced by information that is projected out into the world that we are then going to be consuming. So I hope that that answers your question, and any further questions on that, please do let me know. Oh, I love that pink hand. Thank you, Asa. Oh, you're tuning in from Kuwait. That is seriously cool. Welcome from Kuwait, and all of my viewers that are tuning in from any place else worldwide. You are being lied to with impunity as well. Okay, now the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an American singer, songwriter, and musician by the name of Marvin Gaye. Maybe you yourself know Marvin Gaye. He has a lot of sexy time songs like Let's Get It On. Let's see what Marvin's energy wanted to share with me. So as soon as I had connected to Marvin's energy, he had winked at me and he had asked me, had I gotten it on to Let's Get It On? To which I smiled at him and I had said, his music is not really my generation, Although I imagine there are countless people around the world who were probably conceived to that very song. And when I had answered that, he looked crestfallen that I had personally not gotten it on to Let's Get It On. Because he shared with me he wrote it to be an anthem for couples because he loved making love and was generally a lover of love. So why not create a soundtrack to support that most sweet of sweetest endeavors, lovemaking? Now, I'm also going to share, I personally loved Marvin Gaye's energy. He was just like, even the way that he had shared to say this with me, which is like, why not create a soundtrack to support that most sweet of sweetest endeavors, lovemaking? You can kind of see why he became like a songmaker and a lyricist. Like, just think of the way that he strung those words together. I thought it was very hysterical. Now, Marvin Gaye's energy was shown to me as having been a bit of a cad, and he had definitely been a rake and in many previous lives. Like a quintessential lover that charmed the panties off of bored nobility in the 17 and 1800s. So these were women whose husbands had their own lovers. So they were sexually frustrated and they were sexually neglected. Thus, when this well-dressed dandy with charm to spare would look at them the right way, that was an insinuation all upon itself. And he would hold their hand a little bit too long after kissing it, after meeting them for the first time and telling them how delighted he was to meet them, while maintaining eye contact, they were done. As in, their panties were literally charmed off of them by him, because he was a rake. He was passed around like a joint at a frat party. And, what did I write here? Look, he was passed around like a joint at a frat party among all the women and had provided them the sweet release their husbands never bothered to, and thus he was popular for it. So, Marvin Gaye, in this most last recent lifetime of Marvin Gaye, there was some strong soul attachment that had bled through to this lifetime, and voila. Let's Get It On and similar tracks were born. And he is not mad about it, except that perhaps the song is a little outdated and it's losing its relevance, to which he is sad. So maybe he said he'll come back in his next lifetime as the next generation's music-making love guru. And that is what I have for you on Marvin Gaye, and maybe you can see why I personally loved his energy. Sweetie Suspicious, I don't suffer from cancer. That's not why I cut my hair. I like having short hair. That's why. Not every woman that has short hair is a cancer sufferer. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actress by the name of Farrah Fawcet, and she is no longer with us on this side. I don't remember what year she crossed over. I can't even pretend that I'm going to try to guess. I have no idea what year she had crossed over. So let's see what Farrah's energy wanted to share with me. As soon as I connected to Farrah Fawcet's energy, she shared there was so much she didn't know when she was alive, and as much as she is starting to know it now, it's just the tip of the iceberg. She had a nice life, mostly, but sees now how many of her pursuits were so-called presets built into her by her upbringing. And now that she's on the other side and she's reflecting upon it, she says they were silly pursuits. But that's what her time on Earth was. Silly. Cloaked in meaningful pursuits and agonizing over roles, wondering if she had been good enough, and frankly, that feeling never went away. And she shared with me that she had always been plagued by doubt and self-worth issues. Because although she was pretty, she didn't know if she was smart. Not that she was in an industry where being smart actually mattered, but she always wondered if she got the role because she had earned it or because she was just another pretty face in an industry of pretty faces. And maybe she was just the prettiest face that had auditioned on that day. And being pretty was different back then, she said, because most of the girls were more naturally pretty and not plastic pretty like they are today, as in getting too much plastic surgery and completely altering their appearance. The surgeries were so much rarer back then, and most might be criticized, and at most, a girl that had gone in for an addition might be criticized for being a little weighty, as in maybe needing to lose a few pounds, or needing a better haircut. But the girls were not manufactured like they are now. She doesn't really know if it makes a difference in somebody's self-esteem because rejection is rejection. And while she agreed that she had an above average life, she sees how she took so much of it far too seriously, and she wished she had more fun when she had been alive. She is not sure if she's going to come back again, as in reincarnate into a whole new lifetime, because she does not love the idea of forgetting everything and getting sick and crossing over without the external soul awareness, and how that was quite scary for her, and it is not something that she is keen on experiencing again. So that is what I have for you on Farrah Fawcet. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I see that Suspicious has an issue with my hair. Hold on. Suspicious, guess what? You're in luck today. I'm going to give you some airtime. I'm going to read your comment. But girl only look, in your opinion, I think what you meant to say, Suspicious, is in your opinion, girls only look good with long hair. Because guess what? I'm a girl. I don't think girls only look good with long hair. If she's not suffering anything, why cut her hair? Because we all have free will and we all have certain ways that we like to adorn our physical bodies. I happen to like adorning my physical body with short hair. I hope that answered your question, Suspicious. Thank you, Beth. I love my hair. By the way, guys, I have had very, very long. I had hair down to my waist. You want to know what? When your hair is that long and you're petite like I am, your hair wears you. I was just true. I'm a Leo rising and a Leo moon. It was just, I was not a person. I was just a walking head of hair. I was like cousin fucking it. Yeah, I had a gorgeous head of hair, and I actually had people tell me you could be a hair model. I had gorgeous hair. It just doesn't mean because I had gorgeous hair that I liked it. I didn't like having long hair. I prefer my hair short. I'm an edgy kind of girl. You know, it would be kind of weird if I came on here like wearing the way, like dressed the way I would dress when I go out into the world. I'm not going to put on like my leather jacket and my combat boots when I'm on here for you guys performing, you know, but that's the way that I go out into the world. This is just the way that I like myself. It's not because I suffer from cancer. It's because I like my appearance this way. Thank you very much. Bella. Thank you, Bella. I love it. You guys are standing up for me. Bella said, leave her alone. All hair is beautiful and she looks good with short hair. Thank you, Bella. I love you, girl. Bella, you're my kind of girl. Thank you. All right. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an American journalist by the name of Katie Couric. Now, interestingly, and I like to actually share with you guys what a person's estimated net worth is. I could not have, and again, admittedly, I do like a quick 30-second search. I'm not I am not like an investigative researcher. I'm not gonna like scroll through and try to, like if I can't find it in the first 30 seconds, I don't give a shit what somebody's estimated net worth is. It's all just to say that Katie Couric, in a short 30-second Google search, I couldn't find her estimated net worth, so I can't share it with you. Yes, yes, all girls are beautiful. Thank you. All people are beautiful, not just girls, guys too. We don't have to call out anyone in particular. All people are beautiful. We all have a piece of God inside of us. We're all beautiful. Except if you stepped away from God, then you're not beautiful, because you have aligned yourself with Team Dark Side, and thus then you have lowered your own personal vibration. All right, let's get back to Katie Couric. So Katie Couric, as soon as I had connected to her, thank you for the hearts, guys. As soon as I had connected to Katie Couric's energy, this is what she had shared with me. She feels like no matter how high a woman climbs in the news industry, there is still a glass ceiling that she cannot pierce. And here's the thing, she was saying no matter how high a woman can climb, she's actually referring to herself. So what Katie Couric was actually trying to say, but she was cloaking it by making it appear as if she's speaking for all women, what Katie Couric was really saying, no matter how high she herself personally had climbed in the news industry, there was still a glass ceiling that she herself could not pierce. There, I fixed it for Katie Couric. So she looks at me and she says, what can she say? But it's a rhetorical question. She didn't really want me to weigh in. Because this is like her narrative, right? This is like her talking point memo of what she wanted to share with me. So she asked me rhetorically, what can she say? The world is still stacked against women. So this is going to give you some insight into the kind of person Katie Couric is. Take out your mini violin and start to play it, because she's throwing herself a pity party. Okay, this is the woman that she has had tremendous success in news broadcasting, and I don't suffer fools lightly. So when somebody is going to be an asshole, I'm going to call them out. So I was kind of calling her out. I was pushing back. I was like, actually, no, Katie Couric, not all women, this is you. Because I asked her if she really believed that, or if it's because of how her own show did not do well. And she just shrugged at me and told me, no matter, it doesn't make a difference, because no matter how successful a woman is, she is still seen as a sexual item. And much of her career consisted of finding polite ways to say no and to reject sexual advances without being labeled a bitch. So I asked her then, how can she explain Barbara Walters' success? Because Barbara Walters was a woman who certainly pierced that glass ceiling. How can we explain Kamala Harris's success? She was Vice President of the United States. And Katie just shrugged, because again, this is her personal belief. She didn't really want to be challenged with my questions. So let's see the kind of mental gymnastics she had done to explain away these other women's success. She told me Barbara Walters defied odds, and according to Katie Couric, Kamala Harris slept her way to the top. And if I was going to ask her about Hillary Clinton, this is what she told me. Hillary is a Clinton. Well, if you know, you know. Hillary was a Clinton. For everyone else who doesn't know, Hillary is a Clinton. And she was part of a modern day political dynasty. That's why she had the success that she had had. But Katie, she was out there on her own and all alone. Again, I told you guys, take out your mini violin and play some sad ass motherfucking music for her. And again, I do not suffer fools lightly, and this pity party caused me to actually want to disconnect from Katie Couric's energy. That is what I have for you on Katie Couric. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm going to catch up on comments. Are we still going to be going on about my hair? I can't wait to see that. Beth. Oh, thank you so much. Beth is just reminding you guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm so glad to see that Sarah is here. Thank you, Sarah, darling, for handling the comments. I most appreciate you. David Cook said, not anymore. I'm not sure who you were talking about. Zach Ghazi said, good luck. Thank you. Can you read a novel from ancient Egyptians? To the best of my knowledge, they didn't write novels back then. Are you asking if I can read Egyptian hieroglyphics? Also, no, to the best of my knowledge. It's not one of my skills. Hello, Joe Granada, darling. I'm glad that you caught us. Joe said, nice to see you. Hope that, you know, we just kind of got on about 30 minutes ago, Joe. You didn't miss that much. And anything that you missed after this goes live tonight, like later on, I'll go back and I'll put timestamps in for anyone that wants to catch it. That's part of the replay crew. And again, I'm doing this, guys, because I ran out of storage on my phone. I cannot record not one single other video, and especially the videos that I have lined up, which I have many, they're all long. Like, I have 50 pages of notes on the club. How long is that video gonna be? I don't know. We might have to like pay rent. That's how long it's probably gonna be. We're gonna be like living watching that video. I also have Adam and Eve and creation and a bunch of other amazing videos lined up. Over the weekend, I will get the storage situation on my phone sorted out. Here's the thing. I don't want to delete any of my videos. So that's why I have, thank you world for making so much noise. That's why I don't want to delete my videos. I have storage issues. I don't want to delete any of them. It's just a whole to-do. It's a motherfucking song and dance for me to try to figure this out. I'm not really that tech savvy. The method I was using before stopped working. I have all of these videos on my phone. They're taking up so much storage space. I cannot record a single other video, and I really don't want to delete them. I just want to hold on to them, not because I have attachment issue disorder, but because if anything ever happens to my YouTube channel, I want to have backups of my content that I can always repost at a later date if need be, or on a different platform if need be. Therefore, I don't want to delete any of them. I gotta find a way to sort this out over the weekend. I gotta clear off my phone, and then I can record guilt-free with tons of new content that I have lined up. All right, that was enough about that. You guys are not here to hear me talk about my storage issue on my phone. Certainly, I don't think so. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actor by the name of Brian Cranston. Arguably, I would say he is most well known for his TV show Breaking Bad. He has an estimated net worth of $40 million. Let's see what Brian's energy wanted to share with me. Brian Cranston told me he hates Donald Trump. He pulls no punches. So I ask if this is his genuine feelings or the party that he belongs to talking points. So he just decided not to answer my question, and he just repeated it again, and he told me he hates Donald Trump. And then he proceeds to tell me he has had undreamable success because he sticks to the talking point and he repeats it dutifully. So who cares why he says what he says? And I tell him, I care. And he asked me why, and I told him it's because I'm a truth seeker. And any sort of interaction I have, if it is not an honest one, I'm really not interested in having it. So he asked me how that has gone with Hollywood celebrities, me being a truth seeker and wanting to have like an honest interaction and dialogue with a celebrity. And I told him it has been mostly honest and sometimes even refreshing. And that in my experience, not all Hollywood celebrities are bores, as in boring, and some have actually been enlightening experiences. So he told me, congratulations, and maybe I should stick to more of speaking with them. So I asked if he thinks himself separate from them, because he said stick to them, and he didn't say talk to me. So I was like, okay, do you think yourself suffered from them? To which he rolled his eyes at me and he slammed his energy shut on me. That is what I have for you on Brian Cranston. Now, anecdotally, I'm also going to share with you, I was actually in a pizza shop and Brian Cranston was there. He came in after me. He came in like he was some big shot. He was wearing like a jacket. He was wearing sunglasses. This was at night. I was in a pizza shop for dinner. It was at night. He gave his real name. I would have recognized him anyway, even though he was wearing sunglasses at night and in a pizza shop. But okay. He's probably about my height. He might even be a little bit shorter than me. I'm 5'4". He could be anywhere from like 5'3" to 5'5". So yeah, Brian Cranston has done he's done well for himself. I'm not surprised that he's sticking to like the party's talking points memo. Or another way of saying it could be the club's talking. He calls it the party. I call it the club. Not as in it's a party he went to. As in it's a party. It's like a gaggle of people that got together. We're just calling it different things. I call it the club. He calls it the party. So he, yes, has had undreamable success. Of course, he's going to stick to the party or the club's talking point memo. That is what I have for you on Brian Cranston. Any questions, please do let me know. Who just said, I'm sorry, it's the grelier on the screen. I'm sorry. Is that Brigitte? I can't see, but hello. Anyway, okay. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a model by the name of Martha Hunt. This is a very brief segment. She had thanked us for our interest in her, but she declined to speak to me. That's what I got for you on Martha Hunt. Now, the next people whose energy I was asked to look into, I also really liked. This is Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra. They are a married couple. Nick Jonas is one of the Jonas Brothers, part of the Jonas Brothers musical group or band. Priyanka Chopra is an actress. They have a 10-year age difference between them. Priyanka is 10 years older than Nick Jonas. They got married a couple of years ago. I think they already have a kid together. And in case you were curious, Nick Jonas's estimated net worth is $70 million. And Priyanka Chopra's is $50 million. Let's see what their energy wanted to share with me. They have a sexy and sweet relationship. They genuinely bring out the best in each other, and they gave me consent to look into and around their lives and their energy. Once I had looked into Priyanka's energy, this is what was shown to me. She felt that there were many years of her life where she was girl bossing it, and she was encountering metro men, as in metrosexual men. You know, men that were like into grooming and facials and hair products and like dressing really, really well. So there were many years of her life where she was encountering metro men that were more feminine than she was. And these were men that had a more extensive skincare routine as well. And it was exhausting for her. She was happy for her success and to be working, but she definitely felt something was missing. She really, really wanted somebody that she could snuggle up on the sofa with, watch a movie with, and cook dinner while drinking a glass of wine together with. She felt ready to grow up, but she didn't know how she was going to find a suitable partner in a world where men seemed to be regressing backwards. Nick, for his part, shared that he was tired of partying and fucking vapid socialites. He was looking for something real and someone he could really grow up for because he was ready for that. But most of the girls did not want a man, but a boy toy they could show off to their friends or on Instagram without caring about the substance of the relationship and how it functioned when nobody was around. And he really wanted more. Maybe you could see what brought these two together. And it felt to them like kismet when they met. Despite their age difference, they were drawn to each other, and Priyanka positively triggered in Nick his step in, because here's the thing, anytime you say triggered, that usually has like a negative association. Triggered can have a positive association as well, and it certainly did in their relationship, because Priyanka triggered in Nick him stepping into his divine masculine energy. He grew up and became a protector. This in turn allowed Priyanka to relax into her divine feminine role, where she became more girly, nurturing, and feminine. They really do bring out the best in each other. In some ways, they fit together in a way that they would not with other people, because they really are complementary angles and edges that line up with one another. Their home is a happy one. There is a calm, happy energy, and they are happy to have found one another and to be together. That is what I have for you on Joe Jonas and Priyanka Chopra. Any questions, please do let me know. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actor by the name of Lawrence Fishburn, and he has an estimated net worth of $30 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. As soon as I connected to his energy, he told me he would give back every penny of his success if it meant soothing Montana's soul, not the state of Montana, I'll get to that in a minute, but soothing Montana's soul and whatever affliction haunted her soul. Now, I didn't stop here when I was channeling to look into who Montana was, but I'm going to share with you because it's like, who the fuck is he talking about? So he has a daughter by the name of Montana. And apparently, when Montana was, I don't know, maybe 18 or 19, but like shortly after she became a so-called like legal adult in the United States, she decided to go on and become a porn, can I say that word? A P-O-R-N. I've seen other people on like Instagram and YouTube call it corn, like the fruit corn. I'm just going to spell it, P-O-R-N. She went on to become a P-O-R-N actress. And apparently Lawrence Fishburne had even tried to buy all of the videos that she was appearing in because he didn't want other people to see her that way. It didn't actually end up working. He wasn't able to. But that's what he's talking about, the fact that his daughter Montana went on to become a P-O-R-N actress. That's why he is saying he would give back every penny of his success if he could meant it would soothe Montana's soul and whatever affliction had haunted her soul that drove her to the decision in wanting to be in those kinds of films. This whole thing led him to many come to Jesus moments with him wondering what he did wrong that had led to that. He acknowledged, true, he could be a demanding and unrelenting father, but he hoped that she had grown up knowing that he loved her, so where did this all go wrong? Did he work? And this is, again, rhetorical questions he's asking. Did he work too hard? Did he put himself first too many times? He does not know, but ultimately he realized he just had to let it go because it was taking too much of a toll on his health and on his happiness. So I asked him how he felt about the movie The Matrix, in which he had played, I want to say Morpheus? I know, it's like whiplash. Like, Faye, he's having like a heartfelt moment with you and you're like asking about his role, The Matrix. I am an imperfect person. What can I say? I'm connected to Lawrence Fishburne's energy. Like, there's people out there that are going to want to know like how he felt about the movie The Matrix, so I went with it. So I had asked how he felt about the movie The Matrix and his role as Morpheus, and he had told me they didn't, as in the cast and I guess maybe even like the crew, didn't know at the time how significant the movie would be, but it had certainly been nice. I also asked him what is the role that he has been most proud of, to which he just shrugged and told me, after what he has been through, again, like Faye, read the room, clearly I wasn't at the moment, but after what he had been through with Montana, he does not care much for all of that anymore. That is what I have for you on Lawrence Fishburn. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm going to skip a bunch of pages because this is where I had channeled the excellent video that I had done on Walt Disney. Holy fucking bananas if you guys have not seen it. If you guys are just tuning in and you are not familiar with my content, you're going to want to, in my humblest of opinion, as imperfect as I am, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button and you're going to want to go back and you're going to want to get acquainted with my content because we've gone there, guys. We have gone there. All right, I'm still skipping pages because that was a long video. Clearly, one of the videos that led to the reason that I have storage issues on my phone. All right, here we go. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an English actor by the name of Andrew Garfield. He has an estimated net worth of $16 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Andrew Garfield shared he is in mourning. Not like morning, like it's daytime. Mourning as in mourning, as in he is in grief. Mourning. Yes, still. And again, this is where I'm going to share, I don't stop when I'm channeling. So I didn't know what he was talking about, but in case, if you're watching this, you're like, what? Why was he in mourning? I'll share with you because I did go back and look at it. His mom passed away in 2019, and he had shared with me he's still in mourning from the passing of his mother. And he had shared with me when well-meaning people give him a look or make a comment like, shouldn't he be getting on with it? He does not answer, but he thinks, no. He should not be getting on with it. He will get on with it when he is ready to and not when society tells him to. And he has concluded there is nothing wrong with him. But maybe the problem lies with a society that tells or indicates the appropriate amount of time one should mourn for. And to him, it's all BS. He allowed himself to work and to do press tours as was contractually obligated. Maybe Blake Lively can learn a thing or two from Andrew Garfield about promoting a movie you are contractually obligated to, but I digress. Grab your florals, wear your florals, grab your friends, go see a movie about DV and pretend it's not about DV, Blake fucking Lively. Sorry. He allowed himself, back to Andrew Garfield, stop trying to be witty, Faye, nobody cares. He allowed himself to work and to do press tours as he was contractually obligated to, but he will not push himself or force himself to get over the loss of his mother. And all of this has shifted his perspective in some way. How people mourn or don't mourn, or how people respond to those in mourning, like there's something wrong with them. So he's kind of sharing like he feels like maybe a pariah because people have looked at him and his mourning process like there's something wrong with him. He's actually concluding, no, actually there's something wrong with people that look at him like there's something wrong with him. But he has concluded there is definitely something wrong with people who do not mourn or are uncomfortable with those that do. Like, do they have a soul? He's not sure. So now he is mourning the world he thought he knew, as he sees that wasn't really real either. But it's something built upon a mutually agreed upon construct, and it's not one he's sure he wants to agree to be part of any longer. That is what I have for you into the insightful Andrew Garfield. Take that, Brian Cranston. See, some people can be insightful. The very insightful Andrew Garfield. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Sorry. I was just taking a moment to see if there was any comments I needed to, comments I needed to respond to. There aren't. Okay. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an American model by the name of Christy Turlington. She has an estimated net worth of $40 million. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. Christy Turlington made a promise to herself to grow old gracefully and without surgical procedures, and so far, she is sticking with it. And she's beautiful. Some days it's harder than others, but she knows she is fortunate to have access to the best skincare and facialist, and she's doing the best she can. Another thing that makes it hard is the photos of her in her youth and those that remember how she was, and those people that thinks she should give in and go under the knife, and they tell her how happy they are with their procedures and ask if she wants their miracle worker's phone number. But now, she shared with me, with photos of Lindsay Lohan coming out with her new face, as in the face that she had a facelift with, even though she is young, Christy said she knows she has done the right thing because she has noticed a subtle shift. There are those that celebrate Lindsay and all say that they want her plastic surgeon's number, and those that think she was far too young to go under the knife and get a whole new face. And it's nice from Christy's point of view to see how people around her are talking about it in a way that they haven't before. There's more questioning it than celebrating it, and it's for all of them. She vows to remain natural to show it can be done, and we can still be beautiful when aging. She does it for herself and mostly for her kids, because who better to show them than their mother? And that is what I have for you on Christy Turlington. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a model by the name of Ashley Graham. It's spelled Graham, but I don't think it's pronounced Graham. I think it's pronounced Graham. And she is also an advocate for body positivity. She has an estimated net worth of $10 million, and this is what she wanted to share with me. It is nice not to be told to lose the baby weight, like really nice, because she has seen the stress that women, or at least the real women that have had real babies in the industry, like not the ones that secretly have a baby via a surrogate, and then 6 weeks later they're on the cover of Us Weekly or People magazine saying how they lost the baby weight in 6 weeks. Nah, dog, nah. So she's saying basically she has seen the stress that women, the real women that had real babies and not via a surrogate, have gone through to be told to snap back. It is stressful. So she's happy she is some sort of a role model for women with real bodies that do not resemble anorexic stick figures. Not that she ever set out to be one, but whatever. So that is what I have for you on Ashley Graham. Any questions, please do let me know. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an English singer, songwriter, and actress by the name of Joss Stone. And interestingly enough, again, my 30-second Google search, all I could find out was her estimated net worth as of 2012. Weird, I know, nothing more current than that. But as of 2012, she had an estimated net worth of $10 million. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. Joss Stone said, "What a fucked up industry the music is. It is so fucking fucked up. And the crazy thing is how little it has to do actually with music." She has seen a very fucked up thing where I like her. She has a sailor's mouth like mine. She curses for absolutely no apparent reason. She's my kind of a gal. She has seen a very fucked up thing or two, but knows there's more that she hasn't seen. And she really hopes the truth comes out so music can be about music again and not all that it has been made to be. That is what I have for you on Joss. Any questions, please do let me know down below. This next one is a little wild. So I was last asked to look into the energy of Portia DeRossi. She is an Australian-American actress. She married Ellen DeGeneres in 2008, and she has an estimated net worth of $50 million. And for anyone that's a fucking troll out there, no, she didn't marry me, I'm not Ellen DeGeneres just because I have short blonde hair, try harder to insult me. Here we go. This is what Portia's energy shared with me. As soon as I connected to her energy, she said, quote, no, 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 end quote. And she had said this is not the time, and she is not sure when and if it will ever be the time to actually talk to me. The segment doesn't end there. Because then she started to talk to me. I was like, okay, girl, I'm here for it. I'm the hand that I am the hand that holds the pen of the channeled information. You want to go, girl? I'm here for it. So she started talking to me, and she told me, there is the public Ellen and the private Ellen. And let's just say the private Ellen has been a nightmare to live with and to love, but she has continued to keep on trying. Maybe, she thought to herself, if she just loved Ellen a little harder, and she showed her more commitment a little more, and she listened to her a little more, she could make Ellen happy. But there really is no making Ellen happy. At least not by her, she has concluded. But then she also added as like an afterthought, not by anyone. And she has decided to stand by Ellen no matter what. But with this new challenge, and if you don't know the challenge that I speak of, I will link down below a previous segment that I had done where I had looked into, I want to say his name was Twitch. That was music, I don't even know what to call it. The guy that had done like the music for Ellen DeGeneres' show, he had unalived himself. Oh no, he hadn't unalived himself. He had crossed over under highly suspicious circumstances. I had done a reading into him, and he had basically said that Ellen was like under house arrest, and she was going to go on trial soon. So ostensibly, this is what Portia DeRossi had been referencing when she said this new challenge. So with this new challenge, maybe it's not just Ellen's reputation that will take a hit, but her life. As in, maybe Ellen DeGeneres is going to be unalived due to crimes against humanity, or potentially her life because she's going to be locked away for the rest of her life. She didn't expand on it. It was kind of like intentionally vague, but I gave her grace. I was like, I can't imagine what you're going through, girl. Okay. So she will stay, as in not leave Ellen, because maybe she will be free soon. She will be free sooner than she ever thought possible. Again, intentionally vague, but we're going with it. So she will keep on loving her a little harder, because without it, Ellen can still make her life a living hell. So I asked her, why does she stay? She said, it's not something we can possibly understand. So I tell her she can try me, because if it's about the club, I already know about that. So she blushed at that and told me it's true. When you are part of the club, you just do not leave your partner, no matter how terrible or abusive they may in fact be. I'm sorry, I can't resist. Right? Because Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry, I still can't get over this story about those two. I will never get over it. It's just so, it's remarkable to see somebody blowing up their career. I just can't get over it. Okay, but I digress once again. And once Ellen set her sights on her, as in set her sights on Portia DeRossi, it was a done deal. Ellen was so much more powerful and well-known and higher up than Portia was, so she really didn't have a reason to say no to Ellen. It was an honor, a boon to her own status in the club, and Ellen wasn't always a nightmare. She was very charismatic in the beginning and closer to the public version, so it was really hard to imagine saying no to her. But there was always something in the back of Portia's mind that told her it was too good to be true. Call it intuition or whatever, it was always there. But she thought she would be crazy not to, you guys know I am so into like the terminology that people use. She thought she would be crazy not to give herself over to Ellen. So she's dismissing it and she's saying like, call it intuition or whatever, but she would be crazy not to give herself over. As in she knew being in a relationship with Ellen DeGeneres was going to be all consuming and she would for all intents and purposes be owned by Ellen. So she would be crazy not to give herself over to Ellen. Even while they dated, she had held her heart back as long as she could, but Ellen wore her down. They had gotten married. She was welcomed to a whole different echelon of society, and now it is what it is. Her sense of self has slowly been chipped away, and her life revolves around Ellen, Ellen's needs, and Ellen's everything. And that's just that. So that concludes the reading into Portia DeRossi. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm also going to say, for some reason, this just kind of like made me think of the energy reading I had done on Mia names. It'll come to me. What's his name? Elton John. Elton John and his partner David Furnish. I've also looked into them for a previous AMA. If I remember, I will try to link it down below. This really made me think about those two as well. There's some similarities here. You might want to go back and watch it, of course, after you're done watching this. All right. The next person who's energy, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's heavy. You know, sometimes people laugh when you're dealing with like a heavy subject. We're there. Okay, the next, hold on, I'm going to catch up on comments. Ashley said, damn. How 10 million? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. When I looked into celebrities' estimated net worth, I'm like, how though? To me, it's like monopoly money at this point. I cannot comprehend. I don't understand how these people have these insane estimated net worths. I don't get it. Ashley said, yeah, yikes. Yes, yikes. All right, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is, this is a tough one, Sharon Tate. She was an American actress that was married to Roman Polanski. She had been unalived by Charles Manson's followers in 1969, and she was, I want to say like 8 months pregnant at the time that she was unalived. Horrific. Now, when I had previously looked into her, I got like a tiny little blurb about her. Because you know, sometimes like at the end, I'll do like, if I don't get a big, I'm going to sit on my desk. If I don't get like enough information on a person, I'll just share whatever comes in, even if it's like one word. So for her in the past, what had come in was she was a sacrifice. Now, however, if I just get like a one word thing that comes on a person, I won't put a check next to their name. I keep myself open to their energy if they do want to come in again at a later date and share something more with me. So that's why I was able to actually get more on Sharon Tate at this time. So this is what her energy had shared with me. She is long, long, long gone from the earth plane. Her last go around, as in her last incarnation by the name of a woman named Sharon Tate, ended rather dramatically, wouldn't we say? She would. So did Abigail. Again, sometimes things come in the moment and I don't know what it's a reference to. So there was somebody by the name of Abigail that was in the house with her that had been unalived at the same time Sharon Tate had. So she was saying so did Abigail. But unlike her, Sharon decided not to come back into another lifetime. As in, this person named Abigail in that life has already reincarnated. Sharon had shared with me that her husband, Roman Polanski, could do that to her, as in pledged her to the club so he could elevate his status, was unthinkable. And it had destroyed her faith in humanity and was a step too far even for her pure heart. Could she come back again? Yes, sure. She could work out the trauma her soul collected in this ghetto place, but why bother? So she came in to tell me that because she has no plans on coming back. She has put the earth plane in her rear view mirror and peace out. That is what I have for you on Sharon Tate. Any questions, please do. Yes, it is heartbreaking, Ashley. Not everything that I look into is unfortunately pretty. And for Sharon Tate, it certainly wasn't. So that's what I got for you on Sharon Tate. Any questions, please do let me know. Yeah, creepy Roman. By the way, Roman Polanski I don't think he lives in the United States. He, I want to say, lives like in maybe Paris. And that's because he was accused of having non-consensual sex with a minor here in the United States. So he pieced out of the United States and he lives abroad because he wanted to evade being held accountable for the crime that he had committed. So that says a lot about him, doesn't it? All right, the next, he lives in Poland. Thank you for that. Hello, Freya, darling. Freya said, I think this is inspiring, knowing we aren't forced to incarnate, even though I've had trauma and karma. So this is actually a great, it's great that we're doing this segment in a live stream because it gives me the opportunity to kind of like respond in real time. It has been shown to me that we can tap out anytime we want to. Again, I'm going to remind you, we're not like hapless souls that are like shoved into a pinball machine getting knocked around by life. At any point, if we decide we do not want to come back again, we can like tap out. We can be like, thanks God for the opportunity. I'm ready to move on. I don't want to come back to the earth plane. We because guys, free will reigns supreme, right? So we have the free will in any incarnation in the day-to-day, but we also have free will when we're not even in our body. When you're on the other side, you have the free will to decide you're done, you want to peace out, you want to go into other places in the universe, you just want to be pure energy without a body again. You have the free will to decide if you want to stay on as like a bonus guardian angel to a loved one. Like, there is nobody that is forcing anybody to stick around, certainly least of all God. We still retain our free will when we are on the other side. And if a soul, like that's also, here's the thing, I shared with you guys I can't for the life of me remember what it was. I've done so many at this point. I want to say that it might have been the AMA that I had done where I looked into mental health and physical health ailments. I had been asked to look into, I want to say like psychopathy. And what was shown to me is the reason we have psychopaths on the earth plane is because those were the souls that kind of like hopped from one incarnation right into another one. And they didn't do the work on the other side before they decided to incarnate that would have allowed them to come in and have been a healthier human being. So they kind of just like body hopped. Like they crossed out of one body and they were like looking around and they were like, you know what? Yeah, this whole afterlife, it looks cool, but it's not for me. I don't want to kick it with God. I don't want to watch my life as a movie without the attachment. I don't want to look at my soul contracts. It's not for me. And then they just hop back into another incarnation because, again, free will. Even the unhealthy souls that don't want to do the work when they cross out of their body, they have the free will to hop back into another incarnation. Yes, it's not, let's say, fair to the rest of us, but, you know, these are the kind of people that provide contrast, and contrast occurs naturally. Sometimes it occurs, you know, through external means, and sometimes it occurs through external people. But even in the event that you know that happens, that's like some sort of a soul contract that you're going to have with that person. Like maybe you were going to be like, you know what, we're gonna work this out in the next lifetime, and that motherfucker decides, no, I'm gonna come in this lifetime. Let's do the dance. You still have the free will. Like, do you want to do the dance with them in this lifetime? Okay, you were planning on it being the next one. Free will. You're the cosmic creator. You can be like, okay, cool. I guess we'll do it in this lifetime and not the next one. Free will, y'all. Contrast. All right, let me catch up on some more comments. Freyer, this is actually what the cult following of Dolores Cannon thinks. I know. I get asked about that a lot. By the way, I can't speak for what other people have channeled or what was shown to other people. I'm just gonna say we're a vibrational match for our guides, and maybe that was Dolores Cannon's personal vibration, and that's why she was a vibrational match for that kind of information that had come in. Just like there's an audience for people on platforms like YouTube that are looking for dark content. They're looking for psychics that are going to connect to like really dark energies because that's their jam, right? So I can't speak for why that's what Dolores Cannon has what was shown to her. I do know that she said we accumulate karma and we have to come back until we're done working through that karma. Just stop and think about it for a minute. Our memory is wiped in between lifetimes. How the fuck is anyone ever going to work through the accumulation of karma if they don't even remember what they're coming back to work through? That, it just doesn't, you know, if that resonates with you, okay, cool, you do you, boo. That never resonated with me. And then once I got into this work and I started like, you know, connecting to my own guides and they shared other things with me, I was like, cool, now I get why that never resonated with me. I'm going to just finish reading Freyer's comment. That is actually what the cult following Dolores Cannon thinks opposite. She talks about how we are, no, we are not forced to incarnate. What kind of God do we have if you're forced to incarnate? That would be cruelty. We are forced to incarnate if we don't work things out and forgive. Forgiveness is great, but again, if you don't remember what you're here to work out and forgive, how the fuck are you supposed to make any progress in any of your lifetimes? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Freyer, we don't have to believe everything just because it's trending. People act like this woman's research is the ultimate truth. We all line up with what resonates with us. That's our truth, because that's what our vibration is. Ashley said breaking and entering. Yeah. Freyer, way too heavy mentality with Dolores Cannon. Yeah, that's not my vibe either. So let's see I think I figured, I finished that. The next topic I was asked to look into is, are altars and offerings necessary when communicating with our guides and or our ancestors? Fascinating topic. This was what was shown to me. No. As our guides and our ancestors, the ones that have crossed over, so as in our vibe tribe on the other side, they do not have physical bodies, therefore they cannot benefit from the offerings. The altars are actually for us, not as in we ourselves benefit from what we are offering, fruit or etc., but because the altars may help keep us grounded and connected to a spiritual practice in a way we maybe wouldn't without them. Now, this is, first and foremost, it's my channel. I can share my 2 or 5 or 10 or even 100% personal opinion if I want to, as long as I say it's my personal opinion, so you do not confuse it with the channeled information. I'm going to share with you 5% personal opinion that, according to Judaism, making offerings is a form of idol worship. Do with that what you will, but I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to explain why. One of the Jewish founding fathers, Abraham, had asked his mother to make food for their idols, but of course, the food wasn't eaten. He had pointed out that if the idol couldn't eat, how could the idol provide protection to them? And then he had gone into his father's idol shop, because his father sold idols. He had gone into the idol shop, and he had smashed all of the idols, and he had put the hammer he used to smash the idols by the biggest idol's hands. When his father came home and saw this, Abraham had told him that the biggest idol broke all of the little ones, to which his father said idols couldn't do that, which proved Abraham's point that the idols were ineffective and useless. It's like, Dad, why do we believe in idols? Why are we selling them? Why are we making offerings to them if they can't even do anything? Proved by the fact that he broke all of them, and the father's like, no, this idol couldn't have done it. Because if the idols couldn't destroy anything, how could they provide protection for the family? So, maybe keep this in mind when asking for help or assistance from our ancestors or guides, because it's not a 3D currency that they are exchanging, but an energetic one. Which kind of just lines up with what we were talking a moment ago about, like, what information do you yourself want to line up with? Like, what resonates with you and your vibration? Is it high vibe or low vibe? Is it the energy that I need to outsource my sense of autonomy to hear this idol here? Or is it actually, I'm divinely protected, but I'm not divinely protected by a 3D material thing. I'm divinely protected by the divine, as in God. It is not a 3D currency that they exchange, but an energetic one. But they want nothing, as in our guides or our ancestors on the other side. They want nothing of us or from us other than our requesting to connect with them and to have a relationship with them. So the energetic exchange is simply reaching out and acknowledging them and saying, hey, yo, what's up? I wish to commune with you, my guides and or my ancestors. Now, I was also asked similarly, how are our ancestors with us like our guides are? And it was shown to me that yes, because we can connect to them and they can be there for us just as our guides can be there for us. But whereas the relationship with our guides is a little more separate and distant, our relationship with our ancestors can be way more personal and intimate. Not as in sexually intimate. The guides simply share universal truths that we can tap into. But our ancestors know us very deeply. So they don't just transmit truths, they can be more like cheerleaders to us and emotional support. They truly want nothing but the best for us and can work more actively with us and for us than our guides can. And that is what I have for you on that. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm just going to catch up on comments and then I'm going to continue on. Jada, hello Jada darling. Who unalived Donnie Doe today? I don't know who Donnie Doe is, dear. This is sad. I'm sorry, that is sad to hear that. Can you, I'm not looking, so here's the thing. I can add Donnie Doe to the list here, but what I'm trying to do right now is I have a shit ton of channeled information to get through, and I don't have storage on my phone. So I was like, let's do a live stream AMA where I can get to the information. I'm not going to be looking into any questions that you guys are asking if it's about somebody other than the topic that we're looking into. If you have a question about anything that we're looking into, I'll answer it gladly. Like if you have a question about, our ancestors or our guides or setting up an altar for them, I'm happy to do that. But it's just too much information to get through, and I won't be able to get through close to even half of it if I'm going to be looking into topics that you guys are going to bring right now. Hello, I have a glare. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name correctly. Selena the Celestial. Oh, I love that. Blessings from Australia. That's awesome. Hello, and I think that's Catherine, right, dear? I'm glad that you caught us in a live stream as well. So I'm happy, you guys, please email me topics that you want me to look into or comment in a video. Miles, thank you, darling. Please, comment in a video. I'm not taking notes on anyone that you guys want me to look into. I'm so happy to do it though. You guys know that I love, these AMAs. I love taking the topics you want me to look into. We just have so much. This is 2 months worth of channeling information. I didn't do an AMA in January. For shame, Faye. We have 2 months worth of material to get through. So I'm not going to be doing readings like on the spot. I'll answer questions that pertain to topics we're looking into, but I'm not going to be doing cold readings right now. What if our ancestors don't? I love you, Ashley. So once a person crosses out of their body, any human emotion other than love is gone. It vanishes. And our ancestors, they love us because they remember what it was like to be in a body and to have a body. They remember what it was like to be in this janky ass motherfucking ghetto planet where the energy is so heavy and dense that it is akin to quicksand. They remember what it is like. And because we are in the thick of it, they have nothing but love for us. They want to support us. Even if we thought that when, let's say you had that mean-ass grandmother, and you thought she didn't like you when she was alive, on the other side, that woman's got nothing but pure love for you. So, because again, any heavy, dense human emotion, it's gone when a person crosses out of their body. The only emotion that remains is love. It's the only emotion that is experienced on the other side. And even if somebody was a mean person when they were alive, they have the opportunity to heal that and by spending time with God. So just keep that in mind. Your ancestors, they love you, they want to support you. You can ask them for assistance, even if you thought that when they were alive they didn't like you or love you. Once they're out of their body, they got nothing but love for you. Okay. So I'm gonna move on. Any questions? If it's about what we're looking into, I'm happy to answer it. If it's a cold read, let me know it's something that you want me to look into, and we'll do another live stream where I'll be doing cold readings, but that's not right now. So the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actor by the name of Gary Oldman. He is an English actor and filmmaker, and he has an estimated net worth of $40 million. So as soon as I had connected, and by the way, Gary Oldman, he is an incredible actor, like 2%, personal opinion. I first became aware of him when I had seen the movie, I think it's called The Professional. It was also, what's her name? That actress. She was married to that French ballet dancer. She was in, I remember the weirdest information about people. I know she has a son named Olive. I can't remember her name. She was in that movie about the ballet. She fell in love with her co-star, Benjamin Millepied. I remember his name, I don't remember her name. Anyway, it was her first movie. I first became aware of Gary Oldman. He was in that movie. Wow, he's an incredible actor. 2% personal opinion. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Gary Oldman, to him, acting came to him like oxygen comes to us, seamlessly and without thought or effort. He could easily lose himself, lose his ego and identity that he had to himself, that could stand as a barrier to other actors, but not to him. It was like taking off a suit and putting on another one. And he was not attached to the suit that he took off, because there was always another one waiting for him, and he loved to immerse himself in the characters. It was shown to me like he jumped off of a steep cliff into deep water and immersed himself in it. But the cliff he jumped off was not a cliff, but was in fact himself, and the water he had jumped into were the characters that he was playing. And it just came to him how to be that person. Their mannerisms, their body language, if they had a tic or something funny or different about them. And in a way, he was channeling, but not channeling, because they were not real people's energy that he was connecting to. But imagine if there were something like a directory of every character that could be played, that was what he himself was connecting to. He still loves it, to act, to immerse himself, but part of the magic is gone. Early on, he delighted in what he could pull out of the character, what he could create, and what he could portray. But he is much more established in himself now. So there isn't that much of a surprise or magic left. Also, it is not the same quality roles as there used to be. So to Gary Oldman, perhaps that is the biggest shame of all. That is what I have for you on Gary Oldman. Any questions, please do let me know. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actress and party girl by the name of Tara Reid. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. Tara Reid was kind of like a yacht girl, but without the actual yacht. And what's a yacht girl? It could be an actress or a model that is paid to go to hang out with very wealthy men on a yacht and to entertain them sexually. So Tara Reid was like a yacht girl without the yacht, and here's why. She was fun and pretty and up for mostly anything, and with just enough absence of boundaries that when under the influence of alcohol or drugs, she would let anyone do anything to her. And she was mostly out to lunch enough that she did not realize she was just being used. So she got thrown a bone every now and again, would get a role, got to act, but was really mostly the pretty and ditzy party girl with loose boundaries. And that was fine and fun for a while, but as she got older, she started to feel strung out. And even if she couldn't identify that she was being used, all the partying and fucking became tiresome and a bore. So she has slowed down a lot with the lifestyle, but is still sadly mostly out to lunch. That is what I have for you on Tara Reid. Any questions, please do let me know down below. The next one I'm going to come down off of my desk for. I'm going to catch up on comments, and then I'm going to share with you about John Travolta. Jada, Faye, do your, oh, thank you, darling. Jada is saying, do your channeling. Don't worry about how, oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Hello, my darling Valentina. All right, the next one that I was asked to look into is an actor by the name of John Travolta. He has an estimated net worth of $250 million. Anecdotally, I don't know why I'm sharing this. He's a pilot. Actually, I do know why I'm sharing this. He had a son by the name of Jet. Jet crossed over in 2009. Now, John Travolta was also married to Kelly Preston. I almost said Kelly Rowland. He was married to an actress by the name of Kelly Preston, and Kelly Preston had crossed over in 2020. Let's see what John's energy wanted to share with me. Okay. John Travolta said he was in the right place at the right time to capitalize on his success. He had big blue eyes, was pretty, was just enough of a flirt while being a true gentleman in castings that everybody loved him, and he could dance. Boy, could John Travolta dance. You know the expression, a picture does not do something justice in real life? That's John Travolta and dancing. Because it was shown to me that he was positively magnetic in a way that cameras cannot even pick up on. So as much as you might watch, like, what was the name of that movie he did? Like Saturday Night Dance Fever or something? As much as we might watch it and be like, holy fucking hell, could that guy dance? It was even more incredible when a person would see him dancing live. He dazzled on the dance floor and could move like a fish could swim, as in it was completely inherent to him. Unfortunately for him, he was also... Again, I'm not laughing because it's funny. Unfortunately for him, he was also a Scientologist. Don't come after me, Scientology. This is what his energy showed me. This is not my personal opinion. If it was, I would say 2%, 5%, 10, 100, 1,000% personal opinion. This is not my personal opinion. This is the energy all around him. And the energy around him was stating, unfortunately, for him, he was also a Scientologist. And why was it unfortunate? Because they have really done a number on his head. They messed with his self-esteem. And he was told repeatedly, being a gay man in Hollywood would absolutely ruin his career. But not to worry. The Scientology community would protect him. And that's why, to this day, he is still a Scientologist. They even set him up with the woman who would mother his children, Kelly Preston. They were great friends first. They did love each other dearly, but as friends, they both wanted a family. They really did love one another. I keep saying, I mean, they must have really loved each other. They really did love one another, so they decided to come together and to do this as untraditional as it would be. Again, I state, they really did love one another, and even in some ways romantically. But that was more Kelly towards John than John towards Kelly. And it was shown to me that he did not hate having sex with her because he did love her, but he just loved men and having sex with men more. In some ways, he does not see how broken Scientology has made him. Because he has had an incredible career, he earned a ton of money, and he did have a nice life. But in many ways, he is tethered to Scientology, and he continues to give them money and to remain shackled to them. Even now, all these years later, he still feels being outed and having his legacy be destroyed. So he stays tied to them because they promised to protect him and they have. That is what I have for you on John Travolta. Any questions, please do let me know down below. This next one is a short segment. This is on the tennis player by the name of Roger Federer. He has an estimated net worth of $550 million. And if you hear that and your spidey senses go off, guess what? There's a reason why. Because this is what Roger's Energy shared with me. Roger Federer was born in the club. He is a loyal member of the club. And as far as he knows, he will die a loyal member of the club. And that is what I have for you on Roger Federer. I remind you, you do not get to be with $550 million for the most part unless you're part of the club. You also don't get to win 33 Grammys a la Beyonce unless you're part of the club. You also don't get to win Best Country Album unless you're part of the club. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is Nostradamus. It is a short but incredibly insightful segment. Now, he was born in 1503 and he crossed out of his body in 1566. People say about Nostradamus he made like a lot of predictions. Let's see why that may have been the case. I don't know why I said it like that. Nostradamus's crown chakra was blown wide open. Are we surprised? He was able to connect to the divine. And he just knew what he knew, as in he was clear cognizant, but he coded a lot of messages in a cloaked way. Furthermore, he didn't always have accurate words to express the things that he had seen, because they were things that there were no words for yet at the time that he was alive. So imagine, if you will, a word like rocket ship or missile. These are words we have in 2025, but they were not part of the lexicon during the time period that he was alive. So he was somewhat bound by the language limitations at that time, which is why some of his predictions seem overly vague. But he was gifted, even if we cannot always understand what exactly he was trying to tell us. That is what I have for you on Nostradamus. Any questions, please do let me know. The next person whose energy, I'm going to take a hydration break before I share with you Steven Segal. I'm going to encourage you all also, please take a hydration break. Okay. Conscious hydration is a good thing. Ashley, when in Rome. All right, here we go. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actor by the name of Steven Segal. Back in the day, he was like the #1 action star in Hollywood. He had like the long black hair that he wore in a ponytail, right? We've all seen a Steven Seagal movie or two. He has an estimated net worth of $16 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Steven Seagal bought into the bullshit about himself because there was so much smoke blown up his butt by movie executives. He had bought into it, and he had become an intolerable bastard. This is him self-reporting this. Because of it, he also shared with me he was not a good partner to his lady friends because of it, frequently cheating on them, and being an overall piece of shit. Again, this is his own self-reporting. And while he did not want to expand on it, he admitted he had also used his fists on his lady friends on occasion. Yes, of course he knew it was wrong, but he felt untouchable in his day. He was the biggest action star with movie success, and it really made him an ass. But Hollywood can be like that. They build you up, make you feel like a king, and if you do not, just ask Blake Lively, and if you do not check yourself, you will wreck yourself. He did, and he is still paying the price with his conscience. That is what I have for you on Steven Segal. Any questions, please do let me know. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is, I'm going to take a comment. Great, I'm so happy for you. I'm not going to take a comment. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is Sienna Miller. She is an English actress with an estimated net worth of $18 million. This is what her energy wanted to share with me. Sienna Miller is amused. She'd grown up a lot, and most of it was done in the public eye and in the movie industry. And she wishes she could tell her younger self not to get so worked up or to catastrophize when she did not get a role. But it was her whole life back then, and now it's just a job. Becoming a mother really helped her grow as a person, an actress, and in learning what true love was. That also helped her take into account her failed relationships and to take them in stride. Her life is a gift and she is happy to recognize it. And that is what I have for you on Sienna Miller. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm so glad. Hi, Samaya, darling. I'm glad that you joined us, dear. This next one is a super duper short one. I was asked to look into the energy of an actor by the name of Peter Dinklage. He is most well known for playing, I forgot who, on Game of Thrones. This is a super short segment. This is what he shared with me. Hollywood is a heaping pile of dung, and not to believe most of what is released from it. Just ask Blake Lively. I'm sorry, I cannot and I will not stop throwing her in every chance I get. I will not, I absolutely will not. If it bothers you, you are welcome to turn my content off, or you are welcome to go watch a different content creator. I will not stop. All right, the next person whose energy I was asked, if you cannot have fun in life, I don't know what we're doing. We're living wrong if you can't have fun in life. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a gossip writer by the name of Perez Hilton. He has an estimated net worth of $20 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. This is him self-reporting, because I'm going to say something, and this is not me who's saying it, this is him who said it, okay? Perez Hilton said he was always a gossipy lil, L-I-L, not little, lil ho. Again, this is him self-reporting. He's calling himself a gossipy lil ho. He loved hearing juicy bits of gossip and passing it on to others in high school, and he was not above sleeping around or blowing someone, BJ, blowing someone for info. It really only made sense for him to be a gossip caster once he got older. He still loves it, but Hollywood really isn't what it used to be, and for that, he is sad. He has good emotional intelligence. He's like, I'm sad. The generation of glamour must be behind us because he cannot fathom the way celebrities show up dressed on the red carpet, and he mourns the way things were. He also really mourns the larger-than-life, godlike stars. So one could say Perez Hilton, why did I say his name like that? Perez Hilton, he's asleep. He is fully enmeshed in the 3D, right? Like he's buying into the idol worship of the false idols that Hollywood and the music industry is. So because he said he also really mourns the larger-than-life, God-like stars. And he asked rhetorically, where is this generation's Brad Pitt? No, he says, do not tell him it's Timothée Chalamet, because Timothy is every gay boy's wet dream. But who is representing for the ladies? I like that he's thinking about us. Thank you, Perez. Exactly, he says, no one. Someone really needs to make Hollywood great again because they are at risk of becoming extinct or at the very least irrelevant, and they have made his job a bore. That is what I have for you on Perez Hilton. What's his name? Perez Hilton. Any questions, please do let me know. Thank you, Joe, for getting it. I'm sorry, this Blake thing, it's taken over my life. I am seriously like an asleep person. The way I am not captured consciousness. I am just amazed she is sinking her career. I will never get over it. That's what narcissism does. That is malignant narcissism. Because that's what she is, a malignant narcissist. They destroy everything. And in her case, she tried to destroy Justin Baldoni's career. She's destroying her own. Karma, baby, karma. Hold on. I'm going to catch up on comments and then I'm going to go back. Oh my goodness. Yes, my darling. You're going to have to tell me your name, darling, my new member. I can't see your name because there's such a glare on the screen. I'm sorry, honey. You're going to have to tell me your name so when I see you, I can greet you by your first name. But you just said so happy to make it, though it went into the entire video as you were doing. I'm excited that you're here as well. Ashley said mated his life. Yes. Yeah. Blake Lively. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. I will not. I shall not ever stop talking about it. My friends in the Telegram chat know how I am obsessed with it, and you guys, I love it. You guys are always sharing like YouTube videos with me on it. I can't get over it. I'm gobsmacked. Sick puppy. Narcissistic puppy. All right, here we go. Every opportunity I get to like comment about Blake, I'm going to be doing it. I hope that you guys are ready for it. And if not, tough shit. It's my channel. I will call out Blake Lively every opportunity that I get if I want to. All right, the next topic that I was asked to look into. We are not even done with the first notebook, and it is 2 o'clock already. I have half of this notebook to get through. And we're not. I mean, here, the thing is, we are almost done because I have a lot of pages of notes on creation and Adam and Eve and all that jazz. So we might almost be done with this one. All right, here we go. The next topic I was asked to look into is a South African sprinter by the name of Oscar Pistorious. Now, he has had both of his legs amputated below the knees. He competed in the, I want to say the Paralympics and in the regular Olympics as well. And he was convicted in 2015 of unaliving his girlfriend, but he was also released in 2024. Let's see what his energy... I was specifically asked if he intentionally had unalived his girlfriend. So I addressed that and so many other things as well. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Oscar Pistorious was seriously paranoid, and it was to his detriment. If a girlfriend was 10 minutes late, he would imagine the worst and he could be driven into a panic because of it. So he would in his mind be catastrophizing, she's 10 minutes late, she got into a car accident, she's in the hospital. He did also always think he was either being watched or he was being cheated on. He had raging anxiety, and his relationships tended to be slightly codependent because of it. Because he relied so heavily on the woman in his life to soothe his tortured soul. Now, why was he a tortured soul? He had some sort of something or another, I forgot what I read, he was born basically with like some sort of a, I forgot if it was a disease or a disability, but when he was under a year old, they had to amputate his legs under his knees. So imagine growing up in a world not having both of your legs and I'm not giving him a pass, but I'm saying, imagine then therefore why it would lead to somebody just showing up in the world the way he did. Paranoid, always thinking the worst, being a little bit codependent in relationships. And it was also shown to me that he is not emotionally healthy, but I also did not see him as, I don't know if I can say the word, I'm going to spell it, being a Killer. Even though he unalived his girlfriend. So I'm not saying he didn't actually do it, he did. It's more to say that he did not unalive her intentionally, knowingly, or with first degree intent in mind. It was not premeditated, it was not intentional on his part, it was in fact an accident. Because what had happened was, I think like he like woke up in the middle of the night and he thought he heard somebody breaking into the house. He went, he got a gun, he shot her. It ended up being his girlfriend, and it was not an intruder. But again, remember, this is a person that has like terrible anxiety and always thinks the worst. So it's not somebody that's gonna wake up and like look over and see, oh my God, is my girlfriend okay? Or is my girl, did she get, maybe she just went to the bathroom. He's already in his mind. He woke up in the middle of the night, he heard a noise, he went to go get his gun. He thinks the worst, he catastrophizes everything. So I did not see him unaliving her intentionally nor knowingly. Because he is a perfect storm of elements that led to the tragic unaliving of his girlfriend. And also, don't forget, he heavily relies on the women he is in a relationship with, because without them, he is prone to freak out. So the girlfriends in his life kind of help emotionally regulate him. Therefore, he wouldn't willingly and knowingly unalive her. It was, in fact, his paranoia and him freaking out that led to him unaliving his girlfriend that night. That is what I have for you on Oscar Pistorious. Any questions, please do let me know. Oh, I love you, Ashley. Ashley's just happy to be here for real. I don't know what sign he was, and I can't stop and I can't look it up, because I don't know what's going to happen if I try to exit out of YouTube when I'm live. I don't know. I'm going to skip a bunch of pages, because this is a video I have not yet done yet, and I can't do... It's so pathetic. I can't do it until I work out the storage issue on my phone. But I have an incredible video coming out on creation and Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden and what the fuck that has to do with the world at large today, because it's connected. I'm going to skip some more pages because this was a video I had done on Klaus Schwab. We will eat the bugs and we will like them. We will own nothing and we will be happy. I'm going to skip some more pages because that's the video I had done on Sigmund Freud. Oh gosh, look at that. I have to skip some more pages. This is the members exclusive video I had done on reptilians. Oh, that might actually be the end of the notebook. Hold on. Oh my God, before I forget, I have to go get my other notebook. I left out Gayle King and some other people. I have to go get my other notebook, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to skedaddle for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I will be back in a moment. I can't leave out Gayle King again. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, I got Gayle King. Because Gayle King didn't make her way into the last AMA, so I got to stick her in this AMA. Does he have any gifts that led... No, so he was kind of more like a perfect storm that led to what had happened that night, but I wasn't shown particular gifts and abilities. All right, here we go. I have two segments I'm going to share from this notebook, and then I'm going to come back to this notebook. So I was asked to look into the energy of Gayle King. Gayle King is Oprah Winfrey's bestie, and she is also an American TV personality, and she has an estimated net worth of $40 million. So here we go. And also people have asked if Gayle King and Oprah are lovers. I do kind of address that, so here we go. Gayle King and Oprah have a deep soul connection, like really deep, like many lifetimes deep. Because these two, as in Gayle King and Oprah, in past lives have been brothers, lovers, spouses, close mother friends, and they have also been slaves together. Not that they know it, but they feel it. They feel the closeness and the familiarity of one another. They are, above all else, a safe space with one another, and everyone knows when Oprah comes calling, Gayle will literally drop everything to be there for her, or just even to talk to her. They are also the keepers of one another's secrets. Secrets Gayle is so adept at keeping, she has done a good job at keeping me out. But I point out to her, I already did an energy read on Oprah's energy. So I already know what I already know about Oprah. To which Gayle just shrugs. Because what I know or do not know is of no concern to her. Just that I don't know more than what I already know. And she attempted to rescind her invitation to her energy because she wanted to block me out so I couldn't know any more than I knew. However, while she was in the effort of rescinding it, I did see some things that she herself knows. Because while she was so busy trying to keep Oprah's secrets, she isn't nearly as adept at keeping her own. So, I was able to catch glimpses of conversations she has had with Oprah and a lot about, quote, those boys. Don't worry, if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'll tell you. And they call them, why did they say, quote, those boys? Because Gayle King and Oprah refer to them as those boys. Now, who? Those boys playing tennis. I wonder who I could be talking about. Serena and Venus Williams. Those boys. But at this point, she was able to kick me out of her energy and the connection was lost. And if you yourself are wondering, well, fuck Faye, now you need to look into those boys that play tennis, Serena and Venus Williams, don't worry, I have tried. Thus far, they have not allowed me into their energy, however. Okay. The last person I'm going to look into in this notebook, before we get back to this notebook, is Maria Shriver, because she was also left out of the last AMA. Now, Maria Shriver is she was married to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and she's a Kennedy. I think she's a Kennedy, or I don't even know. And I think was also like a news reporter. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. I'm not going to go into detail, so if this is your first year hearing about what I'm about to say, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to join my membership if you want to learn more about this. But what was shown to me, this will probably come as a surprise to no one, Maria Shriver is a reptilian. And again, I'm sorry if this is the first you're hearing about it. Join my membership. We do a deep dive, like a deep, deep dive. She is a reptilian. And to her, class matters, and it matters immensely. And just like there are low-vibe people on Earth that have been dividing us according to our race, it is because our overlords also do the same. As in, the overlords could be the shape-shifting reptilians. Because they believe themselves to be far superior to us. And thus, in their superiority complex, they like to insert some of their own into prominent positions. And what is prominent to them? Royalty, pop stars, politicians, and anyone with so-called influence, which is in fact very low vibe, because to seek out power and prominence or influence or elite status over another is inherently low vibe. So the reptilians believe themselves to be superior to all of us. Maria Shriver being one of them. her. Thus, I was doing some scribble fucking job here. I don't even know. I was doing some janky ass writing here. I don't think I liked her very much. Why then did she marry Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because just like Hitler wanted to preserve the Germans as a superior race, and until recently why the royalty only married royalty was to preserve the bloodline, many celebrities in the club marry one another to keep the bloodline pure. Now, I touched upon this in the video I had done on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And if you remember and you've seen that video, you know what I had said about them. Okay. This is why many celebrities in the club, I don't know why my handwriting was so bad with her. This is why many celebrities in the club marry one another to keep the bloodline pure. And in his heyday, Arnold was an incredible physical specimen. He was like Mr. America or like Mr. World. I don't even know what the fuck he was. Though not a reptilian himself, he was, oh, here we go. I wrote it. He was Mr. Universe and he was jacked as shit, as in great physical shape. As her energy had said, he was an incredible physical specimen. Because to them, that's what we are. We're just fucking specimens. And he, though not a reptilian himself, was a vibrational match for her because in his pursuit of physical perfection, lowered his vibe because he only focused on his 3D material body. And it was shown to me that no, it did not matter if they loved one another because A, reptilians don't love. And B, it was class advantageous to both of them. Their relationship always had been a bit of a business transaction. And while it was shown to me that Maria was disappointed Arnold had cheated with the housekeeper on her, because he did, and he had like a love child with his housekeeper, Maria Shriver was not devastated or particularly hurt, only reputation-wise because it made her look bad. Like the housekeeper? Really, Arnold? At least a Hollywood actress would have looked better if he got caught cheating with, but no. He got busted with a housekeeper. So the divorce was not actually a result of the affair at all, but only because of the fact that it was with a, this is Maria's energy, not mine, a low-class person, because again, I remind you, to them, class matters. And Arnold going into politics was not for altruistic reasons, and not at all. It was for the appearance and status elevation, nothing more, nothing less. And if you're thinking that Maria Shriver sounds a bit like a cold fish, it's because she is. But not because she's a literal fish, because she's a reptilian. And reptilians are cold-blooded. And her lack of love and concern for Arnold is exactly how her kind feel about us, as in apathetic. Without cause for concern for us or about us, only that we remain below them. Because if they cannot consume us, like that, if they can't consume us, I gotta pantomime it. If they cannot consume us publicly, they really do not see us as anything other than a fuel supply, either as food or to power the matrix, but to see us as having any value is an affront to them. That is what I have for you on Maria Shriver. Any questions, please do let me know. Hello, Ashley Claire, darling. I'm glad that you caught us. Okay, this is wild. This next one is wild. We're going from like one extreme to another extreme. The next topic that I was asked to look into is Easter Island. Now, Easter Island is a remote volcanic island in Polynesia, And they have it is a famed architectural site with 900 monumental statuses called moai that were made between the 13th and the 16th century. Let's see what the energy of Easter Island shared with me. So let me actually come down. Okay, Easter Island is sacred. As in, the land is sacred because it was once magical. And we think magic isn't real. Silly humans. There was magic and druids that could wield that magic, and they could infuse organic elements to assure successful harvest seasons for nearby regions or travelers bringing organic material to be infused. There are statues made of organic materials there, and the land was magical, hence they were able to create these statues. Do you know the story about Jack and his magical beanstalk? A magical bean that grew and grew and grew and grew? It was kind of like that. So travelers would bring soil from their land to have it magically infused. Then they would go home and they would sprinkle that soil over their existing soil for a magical harvest season, regardless of pests or droughts. But the magic only and specifically worked for land. So one could bring their spinster daughter for a blessing and ask for a magical match, but the magic did not extend to people, only to land. Harvests and organic materials. However, the magic was shut down by the druids, who also hid themselves away because they did not want it, nor themselves, to fall into the wrong hands, or specifically low-vibe hands, with nefarious intentions, because they wield magic. Does the magic still exist? Yes. Is it still there? While one may be able to feel the remnants of it, it does not currently exist to be provided, but it has not fully been extinguished from the world either. It's hidden. So if you are wondering how the soil and the world can ever be healed in the future, and if it is possible, it is. And it will be because of these magical druids and the magic they provide. However, it will not happen yet, nor until all the dark forces have been dealt with and all of Earth's energy has ascended. That is what I have for you on Easter Island. Please let me know if you have any questions down below. I think I gotta skip some pages. Oh no, I don't. Here we go. That was convenient. Okay, the next topic I was asked to look into is an American magician and a mentalist named David Blaine. He has an estimated net worth of $40 million. They do. You're right, Ashley. They do not look like women. And yet we don't see what we don't want to see. This is what David's energy shared with me. David Blaine wanted to escape reality, but since his escapes were always temporary and he unfortunately always returned back to reality, he made a new one, a magical one that he could immerse himself into and disappear into, and it became one that involved training and discipline, which would keep him in it longer and for an extended period of time. So I was curious as to why he wanted to escape reality, and while he did not show that to me, he did allow me to pick up on some snippets of his energy that necessitated, in his mind anyway, the need to escape from reality. And it did still tell a story. It was noisy. There was a lot of screaming and shouting. There was an open window, and how he would hear something other than the noise. He would open the window to hear something other than the noise inside his house. And his senses were always being assaulted by the noise that was outside of the window. Horns honking, music playing, people talking or laughing, smells of food carts, roasting food. And he had never felt he had peace and quiet, and it was all that he had ever craved. To disappear, but to always be found, and a lot of his magic reflects that. It provides a temporary reprieve he can lose himself into, but always comes back. So you can look at his magic tricks kind of like a meditation for him. And even the events that others would consider failures were still a success for him. Because did he train himself for it? Did he temporarily get to withdraw from the world? Yes. So, how did it fail exactly if that was exactly what he needed and what he wanted it to be? And he shared with me he has no remorse about it. And if we do for him, like, oh, David Blaine didn't successfully complete whatever magic trick he was doing, why do we care so much? Are our lives so empty and devoid of meaning that what happens to another person means that much to us? Yes, if it's Blake Lively. I'm sorry. I'm not actually even a little bit sorry. He does not exist for us or for us. What? He does not exist for us or to us like he thought he did before. So can we all please just calm down? Thank you, and that is all he wanted to share with me. That's what I got for you on David Blaine. Any questions, please do let me know. This next one is a short one. I know it's going to be so super frustrating. I have been asked so much about this particular person. I have not been able to get any goods from her. It's not for lack of trying, because this is what she shared with me. I was asked to look into Kim Porter, P. Diddy's ex-mama. Not his mother, his kids, his baby drama mama, ex-mama, like that kind of a thing. I think they were married. She's the mother of some of his kids. Guys, I have tried so hard to connect to her. This is all she shared with me. It's a little bit, but it's insightful. Kim Porter said she unequivocally did not want to speak with me at this time. Not as in never, as in this time that I have tried to connect to her. But she is glad Diddy is finally getting the attention he deserves. And it's not for his music or his lifestyle, as in the freak-offs, but for who he really is. I told you it was short yet insightful. That is what I have for you on Kim Porter. Any questions, please do let me know down below. The next person I was asked to look into is a Canadian singer and songwriter by the name of Grimes. That's not her real name. She has 3 kids with Elon Musk, and she is worth $10 million. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. She said it feels like even if she had all the money in the world, it would not be enough to fight Elon. And it is not because he has practically all the money in the world, but because the fight isn't about money at all. This is about Xavier. And don't worry if you don't know who that is. I didn't either. I had to look it up. But this is about Xavier and what was done to him and what that did to Elon. So once I had finished channeling the energy of Grimes, I was like, I gotta look up who Xavier is. Who is Xavier to Elon Musk? This is one of his sons that is a trans kid. Now here's the thing. It's not that Elon Musk doesn't think he is. It's that he thinks Xavier was captured consciousness or brainwashed into believing that he is trans. So this is the Xavier that Grimes was referring to. That whatever it is that's going on with Xavier, that had done something to Elon. Because what people do not know about Elon, this is again Grimes sharing this, is that he is surprisingly sensitive, though of course we are not meant to know it. So for her to see it, to be let into the inner workings of Elon's brilliant mind, but also his heart and soul, of course she feels for him. He loves kids, as in Elon. He wanted to have more kids, and after a lifetime of men who did not want to have kids with her because they did not want to grow up themselves, Elon was exactly what she needed. A man that loves kids and that wanted to have kids because she wanted to. She shared with me, Elon is, I don't think anyone's going to dispute this, brilliant, intellectual, and weird like her. And it was a dream until it wasn't. And it's not because she doesn't think Elon is a good father, but because her babies aren't with her all the time. So a part of her heart and soul isn't either. Maybe if they were older, but they are so young, and from her point of view, they still need their mommy. But the on the spectrum part of Elon came out, and he stopped being sensitive towards her. So here they are. And she's basically saying he's like on the spectrum with like autistic. She does not care about music or her quote-unquote life out in the world, because half her life is spent not living, but waiting for her kids to come back to her. So that is what I have for you on Grimes. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, this is not something that was asked to me specifically, but I feel like I've seen this just come up so many times, and I was like, you know what, let me just throw it in here and let's just address it. I was asked why, or not asked, why are so many celebrities transitioning their kids, and why has royalty been doing it for hundreds of years? Now, the royalty have not been like medically transitioning their kids. They've just been dressing men like they are women. And I have dealt with this extensively, both on my Instagram page and as well as on my Telegram channel, where I have shared photos of like royalty from like the 17 and 1800s. It's clear these people are men and they're parading them around as if they're women. Why? You may be wondering. So here we go. So, Satan is their god. First and foremost, full stop. When I do the video on the club, which will be after I sort out the memory and storage space on my phone, I can finally do that video. I will address this ad nauseum. Okay? Satan is their god. Full stop, mic drop, whatever the fuck you want to say. Satan is their god. Okay? Satan's calling card is chaos. Even if the chaos is hidden, it still has influence. So even if it is not evident to us what they have been doing, it still messes with our perception and our mind. Also, because the bloodline families are Satan's progeny, and Satan was banished from the divine realm, they harbor some serious long-term hostility towards God. So many of their efforts are to undermine God and his children, as in us. What better way to undermine God and his perfect creation than to say people, or to promote this idea that people were born in the wrong body, and the only way to correct it is to get them to cut off their genitals or to take hormone replacement therapy. This is why it is trendy among celebrities. It is, first of all, a way to test their allegiance and their loyalty to Satan. And it also reinforces an agenda that is being pushed right now. Because I've looked into it, guys. Like, transgenderism, it's people that identify as transgender comprise what is it? Oh, God. 0.2% of the population. As in, it is 0.2% of the population. 0.2% of the population naturally identify as trans. I've spoken about this. If you call me transphobic, egg on your face, because that means you're not familiar with my content, because I have spoken extensively about the fact that transgenderism does naturally occur, and I have spoken also about why it occurs. So, but it is naturally occurring in 0.2% of the population, as in 0.2% of the population. So why all of these efforts where it seems like people are going, like the last presidential administration here in the United States with Joe Biden, like they were going above and beyond and trying to like be so like it was like the efforts don't seem to match the need. So this is because it is an agenda that is being pushed right now. Royalty have been doing it because it is a way to keep them lower than the cabal and the bloodline families, as royalty are not in fact royal at all, but a group of people that were inserted into these positions. That is what I have for you on that. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Woo fucking who, guys? We finished one of the 2 notebooks of channeled information that I had to get through. Let me catch up on comments and then I will start the next notebook. This is also coincidentally the notebook that I have the notes on the club, but we're not doing that video today. Sorry, not sorry. It will be worth it, I promise. 50 pages of notes. 50 pages of notes. 50. I have to skip some pages because I have 50 pages of notes. How we all doing, guys? I have 50 pages of notes I have to skip. I should have dog-eared the page, but I didn't. I wasn't thinking that far ahead, clearly. Okay, here we go. Get on with it, Faye. Nobody cares. Oh, shit. I have more pages of notes I have to skip. I'm sorry, guys. I was going to look at comments. Ashley said, right, it's because they don't look, okay. Oh, hey, Kirsten, honey. Oh, thank you. Ashley, you already knew who I was talking about. It was his son, okay. Ashley said, nailed it. Hello, Shannon, darling. Okay. All right. I don't have comments I have to catch up on. I have to get to my notes. That's clearly what I have to do right now. I really want to get through all of this because we have so many good things to get through. Okay. Here we go. I really, I think maybe if I pick up the motherfucking pace, I think we can get through this. All right, here we go. The next topic I was asked to look into is why is New Orleans as it is, and are there vampires in New Orleans? Boy, do I know. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Is this not a great one? That's why I love doing these AMAs. You guys bring me topics I would never think to look into. But first, let's consciously and deliberately hydrate. All right, here we go. Why is New Orleans as it is, and are there vampires there? So it was shown to me that New Orleans is in part as it is because of the influence of ley lines. This should come as a surprise to absolutely nobody that's been here for a while. What are ley lines? They are energy that runs below ground, and depending on what the energy is, it will influence what we see above ground. That's like the most basic way I can explain what a ley line is. Now, there are also energetic convergence points where more than one energy can actually connect, and then you're going to have like a party of different kinds of energies. So imagine, if you will, an energetic convergence point is like this. It's the circle in the middle. So all of these lines that I've created are ley lines, and then the energetic convergence point will be the point where all of them actually intersect one another. That is some powerful motherfucking energy and can seriously influence what it is that we see above ground. Bernice, my darling, I have missed you too. I'm so glad that you caught us today, though, sweetheart. So, New Orleans is in part as it is because of the influence of ley lines, but also because folded into it is the influence of the French element. It's New Orleans, as in Orleans, France, but it's the new version of it. So as I pointed out in the question I had received previously about New York City is a complex energetic city because of the ley lines, but also because it was York. As in, it was named for York, England, but new. So it had the positive momentum and old world influence. New Orleans' influence is not England, and it is not proper like they are in England, but French and rowdy. So energetically, it's a new take on something rowdy and avant-garde, but also a little bit tawdry. Because the French, and especially the nobility and the royalty, took their fucking very seriously. Because they had money, and until the revolution, not a care in the world. But there was not necessarily a malaise of character because they were so busy fucking and having a good time. So this energy is coded into New Orleans. And remember, it's a new take on that energy, but one that is not just for nobility and royalty, because of the revolution certainly, so it became for everybody. And everyone wanted to have fun and enjoy themselves and enjoy music and enjoy their life. So it is a fun and laid back kind of city. But, again, I remind you, it also has the influence of the ley lines. So it is a city of light and dark, sunshine and good times, shadows and darkness because of the ley lines and mysticism. So it's, that's not good. Some of my pages just fell out. And I think it has to do with some of the channeled information. I had to pick it up. So that is where the mysticism comes in, because that's the influence of the ley lines underground. So because of the ley line influence, it is a natural match for the occult, demons, and vampires. But do not worry, they are veiled. So regular people are not at risk of going out at night and encountering them. And not even if one is an energetic match for them. Because in this case, look at the veil as if it is another dimension. And it is overlaid over New Orleans. They both exist simultaneously in the same location. So it's possible somebody could be walking down the street and they could be walking next to a vampire, but they have no knowledge of one another. So you could literally, if you're in New Orleans, you could be walking next to a vampire. You don't know you're walking next to a vampire, and the vampire doesn't know that they're walking next to you neither. Even though they are both occupying the same location at the same time, but they are in fact in separate dimensions. So if anyone here has seen the movie Midnight in Paris, it kind of relates to that, where there's multiple timelines playing out at the same time. There's modern day life with Owen Wilson. There's the Roaring 20s, where he meets the actress Marion Cotillard. And there's the even further back past point that Marion ends up going back to and staying in. They all exist at the same time, just like all of our lives exist at the same time. But unless Owen Wilson, or his character, is in one specific place at one specific time, he wouldn't have the ability to go back in time. So look at the dimensions the same way. They both exist at the same time and in the same place, but it is dimensions and not time. I hope that answers your question on New Orleans, because that was a lot of information. And if not, please do let me know down below. Let me skip a bunch of, here we go. I didn't actually have to skip a bunch of pages. I'm gonna really have to pick it up. I wanna try to get through everything if I can. And Kristen said, love the drawings. I'm so happy to hear that. Samaya said, never knew that. I'm glad I'm bringing you guys the goods that the guides bring me. The next person, this is a very, very short one as well. I was asked to look into the actress Hillary Swank. She did win 2 Academy Awards. I also could not find her estimated net worth. C'est la vie. This is what her energy chose to share with me. She thanks us for our interest in her, but says with everything going on, she is not sure what is safe to say, so she is choosing to say nothing at all. That is what I have for you on Hillary Swank. Oh, thank you, Samaya. Okay, I'm so glad to hear that, darling. Now, the next topic I was asked to look into is an American actress and model by the name of Rebecca Gayheart. Now, she was married to Eric Dane in from 2004 and until 2018. And because this is my channel, And I can share anecdotal information if I want to. I did not meet him. I saw him in real life. Dear God. Eric Dane, back then when I had seen him, I actually saw him walking into a grocery store in LA with Rebecca Gayheart. He is a oh my God, I sound like Maria Shriver now. He is a spectacular human specimen. He rivals Henry Cavill in terms of physical appearance. Oh my fucking God, it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I do not understand how it is possible for a man to be that good looking. Even my desk responded right now. It was like, yeah, Faye, we don't understand either. There is a tape somewhere online of paparazzis, because I was there when the paparazzis were. There is a tape somewhere online. You can hear my voice. They are being recorded walking into a grocery store. You hear my voice saying, oh my God. I said, oh my God, when I saw him. This man is beautiful. Like in the way that John Travolta's dancing doesn't translate on screen, is the way that, and he is good looking on screen, the way that he's, I know I'm going on and on and on about him. Eric Dane, if you're watching this, please get in touch with me. His beauty does not even, it does not even correlate to the way he looks on pictures or on screen. I literally said, oh my God, when I saw him. It defied any sense of logic how a man was that good looking. Anecdotally, allegedly, 2% personal opinion me. Here we go. Let's get back to Rebecca Gayheart before I make any more of a fool of myself. Faye, take your foot out of your mouth. Nobody cares. Okay, here we go. Rebecca Gayheart says she is constantly surprised by life, and just when she thinks she has it figured out, it changes. She thought she figured out love and relationships, and then she had kids and realized she knew nothing about love, and her relationship changed because of that. Eric Dane, please call me. She is mostly content with her life as it is now. She has good friends, a good support system, and she does not miss the life she had before. And what was it like being married to McSteamy? I don't know, but I want to find the fuck out. 2% personal opinion. Anyway, she laughs and she rolls her eyes at that and says she doesn't think people are really meant to be married or even in a relationship with men like that. Especially if they have a career in Hollywood. There is too much temptation, too many women throwing themselves at your man, and it causes a lot of mistrust. Then the men go out of their way to show you they have been faithful, but that ends up translating as suspicious and causes even more mistrust. And then one day you wake up and you realize love is not enough, not even close to enough, because you've changed, your priorities have changed, and the once loving relationship doesn't work either because love is not enough. Romantic relationships, she shared with me, real romantic relationships are rare. And now she understands why. So she is grateful for having her kids and the fulfillment they brought to her life, so she can spend less time ruminating and reflecting and more time on love. Real love, where it is enough, as in with her kids. That is what I have for you on Rebecca Gayheart and my crush on Eric Dane. Any questions, please do let me know down below. The next person I was asked to look into is an American magician and illusionist by the name of Criss Angel. Now, he's another one of those people that when I got done the last AMA and I was like, sharing the little tidbits I got on a person, that wasn't quite enough to do a whole segment. What had come in on him is fraud. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. And I forgot to mention he's worth $150 million. So here we go. Criss Angel. is such a fucking fraud, it's not even funny. Now, this is not me reporting, this is Criss Angel sharing. He is such a fucking fraud, and it's not even funny. Like, he always knew misdirection was real, and that the whole magic industry is built on it, as in it's built on misdirection, because it's not real. But come on, man. This isn't misdirection as much as it's people just not seeing what they want to. He looks different, and that was part of the new generation of illusionists. He made a ton of money doing it, but he lost a ton of respect for people because of it. It's not sad, he guesses, because maybe he didn't have a lot of respect for people before being raised in the club. Surprise, no surprise. But he finally gets the apathy he heard others speaking of. The really seeing people as less than them. He gets it now. He sees how horrible things can be done when you stop seeing people as meaningful and valuable because they're just so fucking stupid, according to Criss Angel. He went through a little mourning period of his own until he was patted on the shoulder after a meeting, not like a business meeting, as in a meeting at the club, because he's part of it. After a meeting in the club, where another member said to him, "Let's talk." And he felt heard and seen and understood, and it was a beautiful thing. And as grateful for his brothers he was before, he was even more grateful for them after. To know that no matter what he's going through, there's always somebody else that has gone through it before and can always help him find his way back to himself. So he will always pledge himself and his loyalty again and again and again and again. And that is what I have for you on Criss Angel. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I don't know if we're talking about Criss Angel or Eric Dane. Eric Dane was married to Rebecca Gayheart. He's as virile can fucking get. He is all man and he loves his woman. So yes, Eric Dane, if you see this, email me, get in touch with me. Send a pigeon, communicate with like a smokestack. I don't care how the fuck. Get in touch with me, Eric Dane, please. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is somebody by the name of Lars Ulrich. He is a member of the band Metallica, and he has an estimated worth of $350 million. This is what was shown. I was in a mood when I was channeled to his energy. This is what was shown to me about Lars Ulrich. Fucking baby. Like a whiny ass, goo goo gaga, cries and throws a fit when he doesn't get what he wants, baby. That's what I got for you, baby, on Lars Ulrich. Any questions, please do let me know down below. This next one is also super duper short. I was asked to look into the energy of the actor Danny Glover. This is what he shared with me. He said, "Thanks, but no thanks. He's in the golden period of his life and he intends to enjoy it." Sorry, not everybody is chatty. Not everybody is like me. Yes, he has good vibes. I think we're talking about Eric Dane. I don't know. He has good vibes. All right, the next topic I was asked to look into are mermaids and mermen. Are they real? This is not, so here's the thing. I'm going to answer it. You're going to have to watch the video that I have on creation coming out when I sort out the issue with my storage on my phone, because I kind of go into a little bit more there. But are they real? Yes. However, the likelihood of seeing one of them is rare. First of all, the largest concentration of them exist in another realm, but even the few that may have slipped through mostly stick to the deep seas or they will not be seen. For them, it used to be more fun hundreds of years ago to allow themselves to be seen, but even with the not knowing what cameras or iPhones are, they somehow knew to stay away and to not allow themselves to be seen by it. It came along with the change in the energy of the world and how many more people there were, and when they had noticed that the boats that the humans were seeing them on started to change as well. So they just mostly stay away. There are some, but not a lot of them, and they will occasionally come to the surface to sun themselves, but it is in no place that we ourselves would see them. That is what I have for you on mermaids and mermen. Any questions, please do let me know down below. The next topic I was asked to look into are doppelgangers, which is a double. Kind of like, imagine you travel someplace on the other side of the globe and you see a person that looks exactly like you. I've actually encountered this, not with myself. I had a friend in high school, and when my parents, we had done like a family vacation to San Francisco, and we had gone to Ellis Island, and we were touring the prison there. There was a photo on the wall, again, anecdotally. Me and my stories. You're just subject to them. If you're on my channel, I'm taking you on a ride. Doesn't matter if you want to go on it. So there was a photo in Ellis Island, in the prison there, of one of the inmates. This inmate, this is like, what? I don't know, 50 years apart? This inmate looked exactly, but I mean exactly like my friend. The resemblance was uncanny. How could this be? Don't worry, I will tell you how it could be. What are doppelgangers? How do they exist? And thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. And frankly, even if you guys don't like it, like, I'm strapping you to the roller coaster. You're on my motherfucking ride now. I'm taking you. All right. So, what are doppelgangers and why do they exist? They are literal doubles. Why do they exist? They exist for the purpose of lowering the vibration on Earth. How? You may wonder. Don't worry, it's going to sound scary for a minute there, but don't worry about it. When someone is born in a hospital, they have their DNA. And that is sent to some other part of the world where something is injected into the DNA sample to dumb down the specimen and essentially make them what is considered an NPC. And an NPC is a non-playable character, as in somebody that has no consciousness. They just exist. A specimen with just enough consciousness, but not to access higher consciousness at all. These specimens are also incredibly susceptible to programming. So these, for example, may be the last to wake up, or more realistically, they may never wake up at all because they were designed to just exist, consume, and to abdicate all sense of themselves to sources outside themselves. So this could be, shush, I haven't eaten lunch yet. My stomach is letting it is protesting, and I'm like, not now, I'm in the flow. So they are the kinds of people that still only care about celebrity culture. What does that say about me and my obsession with Blake Lively? It's not because I'm an NPC, I promise you all. It's not because I'm an NPC. I hope you know that by now. Please know it by now. So the kind of people that care, oh, okay, here's the distinction. They only care about celebrity culture. There, I fixed it. They really believe that women are oppressed, i.e. Katie Couric, and and people that believe that the patriarchy is really evil and are out to get women. Clearly they have not met Eric Dane, because that man will fix anybody of their prejudice against the patriarchy. These are also the kind of people that would believe that African Americans are targeted by police and disproportionately unalived by them. But I said it was going to get scary for a minute there. Before we freak out, it is not all of us that samples were taken from, and not all of us that this was done to. It is maybe 8 to 10% of the population, absolute max 12% of the population. Because remember, as it is, the cabal already thinks there are way too many of us in the world, therefore they have no interest in creating more of us. So they felt they needed to do this, especially as more and more of us are waking up, and as more and more of their ideas become more and more ridiculous. They needed at least the appearance of some people being in favor of these ridiculous agendas. So that's what these doppelgangers are for. They are holding, or at least attempting to hold, the vibration down and giving the appearance of support behind things that are not at their core meant to be supportable. That is what I have for you on doppelgangers. Any questions, please do let me know down below. You know what? Flamered? I'm sorry, I'm getting to the point in my life where I gotta like lean back so I can see a little bit clearer. It's great that you caught us live as well. So Samaya said, okay, if 12% max, then never mind. I know, right? All right, the next person, this is actually a topic I was asked to look into. It's not a person. I was asked to look into the Uvalde pow-powing. Look at, if you're just listening, you might want to look at what I'm doing with my hand. I'm making a symbol of something. It's a pow-pow machine. And there was, in Uvalde, Texas, there was a pow-pow event. That's what I was asked to look into. So, what was the Uvalde pow-powing? It was a false flag. It is not to say, however, because when people hear a false flag, they're like, but people were really unalived. Okay. It is not to say that kids were not really unalived, because they were. But what was really going on behind the veil? It was a special mass service for those lower club members in the club pledging their kids for an elevated status. Now, my friends that have seen the video I have done on JonBenet Ramsey will know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've seen any of the segments that I've done on P. Diddy and how he has pledged other people to sacrifice them so he could have an elevated status in the club, that's what this was as well. It was a mass service where members of the club were pledging their children to be unalived so they can have an elevated status in the club. But in addition to that, it was also designed to create a lot of fear and a lot of loosh, and to promote an agenda for the need for gun control, pow-pow control. The police and the school were in on it. And that is why it went down the way it did, with the police not going in. And they've been criticized. This is fucking Texas. People have guns. They were not allowing people to go in and to try to rescue their own children. And why? Because they were meant to not allow anyone else from going in and stopping, thank you universe for punctuating that, and from stopping the pow-power from completing their mission. So when things like this play out on the world stage, please pay attention. If something seems off and the facts of the case do not support proper protocol, like it did in this case where the police didn't go in, pay attention. It is likely evidence of the event unfolding being a false flag. That is what I have for you on the Uvalde pow-powing. Any questions, please do let me know. I'm going to catch up on comments real quick. Then we're going to touch on Tyler Perry, and then we're going to book it because I want to get through the rest of this. Shannon said, OMG, I always wonder what is happening to our blood afterwards. And when we send them off to get a, yep, there you go. Ashley said, Shannon, yes. Nicole said, I've been at least 3 times. Wait, I've been at least 3 times that I must be related to someone else. I hear you, girl. My original comment with more info was apparently too long to post. That's okay, love. Uvalde, that seems like such a strange place for the club to... Well, here... Sweetie, the club is everywhere. There's Masonic lodges everywhere. There are Masonic lodges in every, like, state, in probably every country. In, like, the most obscure places on earth, there's Masonic lodges, honey. Ashley, what a great bunch of beings. Nicole, oh yeah, protocol, and it was right. When you see a red flag like that, it's a red flag for a reason. Samaya, I thought my family was crazy, LOL, but imagine being born. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's move on to Tyler Perry. This is a very, very short segment, but it's also very incredibly telling. So Tyler Perry is an American actor and filmmaker. He has an estimated net worth of $1.4 billion with a B dollars. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Tyler Perry knows what side his bread is buttered on. So he will play by the rules, he will follow the rules, and most certainly not go babbling to me about those rules. That is what I have for you on Tyler Perry. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm going to go sit back on my desk again. It is hard to sit for this long, y'all. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have to do some yoga lately. By the way, guys, if you would like me, it doesn't matter what you say because I'm already planning on doing it, but just for the involvement. Just to give you guys, I'm kind of playing like I'm the club now. I'm giving you like the illusion of choice. It doesn't matter because I already know what I'm going to do, but I'm giving you the illusion of choice. Like the illusion of choice when you vote for your president or the ruler of your particular country. Let me know if you guys want me to start doing yoga content because I'm already planning on doing it. You might as well just get on board and say yes because it's coming at you anyway. I'm going to have to do some yoga after this, but I will not be recording it. Because by the time I finish this, my kid will be home. If anyone has suggestions for what I could make for dinner, please let me know because I'm out of ideas today. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an American author by the name of Dan Brown. He is maybe most well known for his book, I Can Talk, I Promise, The Da Vinci Code, and his follow-up books, and he has an estimated net worth of $250 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share. Yes, yoga. It's coming. Samaya, I don't think I am related to Brandy. Thank you, Joe, for laughing at my jokes. All right, let's see what Dan Brown's energy wanted to share with me. Dan Brown has received glances of things, like little flashes of insight, and then they are gone. But he has paid attention to them, he wrote them down, nurtured them, and then wove the insights together into stories. So there is some truth, some percentage of it that holds reality in it, but there's also a lot of threads of his own conscious mind filling in the gaps around it to create a cohesive story. He does not know that he is gifted and that his crown chakra is wide open. And of course, he has done a lot of research which has diluted the amount of divine inspiration he receives and the amount of divine inspiration that he is trusting without knowing that that's what it is. Because, as I pointed out, 3D information may not always support the channeled information. And as more and more time has gone by, the purity of the information he channels is diluted by the 3D. So if one wishes to read his earlier work, you may be reading some truths, but you are also reading a mix of non-truths. And his later work holds almost no truths, and it is just a collection of words that reinforce and fortify in approved creation of facts meant to deceive us. That is what I have for you on Dan Brown. Any questions, please do let me know. Ashley said, I think she is... Who are we talking about? Tyler Perry, Dan Brown? Who are we talking about here? Are we talking about Eric Dane's wife? Because, yeah, I agree. I saw her in person also. It wasn't her I was saying, oh my God, about. All right, the next person I was asked to look into is an American model by the name of Gigi Hadid, and she has an estimated net worth of $9 million. I'm sorry, I stopped reading your comments. Shame, Faye, for shame. Lightning Flash looks like Ryan Reynolds could be single. You couldn't pay me to touch him. He's also a narcissist. Lightning, I think Blake the Flake has finally worn out her welcome. Not to me, she hasn't. She is the gift that keeps on giving. She's like clones. How many times have we looked into clones? Many. I could probably do more videos on clones in the future as well. Like, just like that is the gift that keeps on giving, and like, what's his name? Eminem is the gift that keeps on giving. Blake Lively is the gift that keeps on giving to me. Hello, Christy, my darling. I'm glad that you're catching us at work. Nicole, Ryan doesn't act like he's married when well, that's because you guys that are my members and you've seen the video, you know why that is the case. Christy, I hope we're having a fantastic day. Thank you for checking in with us, darling. I'm so glad that you were able to connect, even briefly. Let's get to Gigi Hadid and what was shown to me about her. No offense to her, I'm sure she's perfectly nice. But it was shown to me that Gigi Hadid is not very bright. Sorry, not sorry. She has more emotions than common sense and is easily worked up and led astray by her emotions. She is also remarkably immature, in part due to her upbringing and the introduction of lost values to her and her sister. It is no coincidence that her sister, Bella Hadid, also a model, had an enormous amount of plastic surgery instead of working on herself or going to therapy, and worse of all, the world rewarded her with a profitable modeling career. So it's kind of like reinforcing lost values. But it says a lot about the culture of the family, which is don't think too deep, don't be too deep, Band-Aids exist to distract us and take full advantage of them. So both Bella and Gigi were raised this way and embraced this way of life. They're pretty, artificially so, in Bella Hadid's case, but also pretty vapid. And that's all there is to say about that and to say about them. That is what I have for you on Gigi and Bella Hadid. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Yeah, I could see that. I could see, you know, the interesting thing actually is when I had looked her up, it actually said she's one of the most profitable models. Not as in she's the model that's worth the most money, but as in currently modeling now, she's one of the most profitable models. Probably because she's pretty and pretty vapid, and they just want, you know, like a pretty looking hanger to put clothing on. Now, the next person I was asked to look into is an American actor by the name of Marlon Brando, maybe arguably best known for his role in The Godfather. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Marlon Brando was the last of his kind. There are few left in the industry. Like there's Anthony Hopkins, and there was Marlon Brando, and well, in Marlon Brando's case was, and in Anthony Hopkins' case is a real actor. Really deep, could achieve real range, and are in it for the craft and not the fame, and are unimpressed by the dog and pony show that the industry has turned into. Also, those that are not in the club were never in the club, and they were always given a wide berth even though they were not in the club. So what did I show? Like, I looked into Anthony Hopkins in the past. What was shown to me is like, oh, he knows about it, but he's like, it's an affront to him. Like, he's a real actor with real range, and he's in it for the right reason. So he would never join the club. So him, like an Anthony Hopkins and a Marlon Brando, despite that they were never in the club, they were always given a wide berth. Because even those in power knew real talent when they saw it, and they were, in fact, a little bit in awe of it. Marlon shared with me he has no plans on coming back, and certainly not until the energy on Earth fully changes. But even if he does, he will not come back as a performer or an actor again. Maybe a botanist or a marine biologist. And I was like, that's different. But that's a big maybe. Because he's really enjoying his time on the other side and spending time with God, who's really something in the best possible way. And he had shared with me he sees now how his desire to act and to create came from God. But if he came back, it would be to show appreciation and love for the world created by God. That's why he would want to be like a botanist or marine biologist. So that is what I have for you on Marlon Brando. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, I think I'm going to skip the next one. I think I'm going to turn him into a mini energy read, even though I know you guys don't particularly love my historical figures. Tough shit. It's my channel. I will share historical figures if I want to. Even knowing that they might not perform well, I'm okay with that. I take that upon myself. This is, I'm talking about Christopher Columbus. I actually think he was fascinating, and I think I'm going to save him to be his own standalone mini energy read. I'm going to skip him for now. If we have time, which I don't think we will, maybe I'll come back to him, but most likely not. I just do not have time. I still have a shit ton of information to get through, and I really want to try to get through it, so I'm going to pick up the pace. But I got to catch up on comments. Oh, hey, Steve, I'm glad that you caught us, darling. Lightning Flash said, Ryan's soulmate is definitely you, Jackman. The bromance commercials were kind of flaunting it. Nicole said, I love historical figures. Well, they don't, here's the thing, my historical figures don't typically perform as well as my celebrity content, but again, it's my fucking channel, and I will share historical figures if I want to. It's my free will, just like it's your free will to decide to watch it or not. Okay, the next topic I was asked to look into, I actually covered this in a member's, it's perfect timing, Steve. You asked me to look into it, but I thought it was interesting, so I'm sharing it here. I was asked to look into Mel's hole, which is a hole. You're like, what the fuck, Faye? I know. It's like a hole that somebody has reported just like one day showed up on their property, and they try to like put cameras down to see what's down there. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. So what is Mel's hole? Here we go. Mel's hole is a wormhole. A wormhole and what is a wormhole? It's a shortcut through space connecting two distant and distinct points. So then you may be wondering, how the fuck do we have a wormhole here on Earth? Okay, well simply, it's not meant for us. So how is it here then? I got you. Just as Area 51 is not meant for us, yet it is here, and we sometimes see evidence of intergalactic spaceships that pass through it, it's kind of like that with this wormhole known as Mel's hole. And I have done an entire standalone video on extraterrestrials and space travel in Area 51. Seriously, y'all, if you haven't seen it, please go back and watch it. It's amazeballs. I digress. Let me get back to Mel's hole. This is, after all, a 3D plane, so 3D evidence can exist even if it is not meant for us, as is the case with Mel's hole. And just as is the case with Area 51, the ships that cross through it are of a vibration not fully aligned with ours. So for the most part, they do not worry about being seen, because for the most part, they are not seen, except on the rare occasions when they are. which are few and far between, and in the case of Mel's Hole, so sensitive people may even feel the energy of the ships that are passing through it, but they're probably not going to see it. So that is what I have for you on Mel's Hole. Any questions, please do let me know down below. You know, a portal is, yeah, you could kind of look at it like it's a portal. It's like a shortcut portal. All right. The next topic I was asked to look into, I didn't even bother writing down their net worth because I was like, this is going to be a fucking forever long video, so fuck that shit. I was asked to look into the actress Jennifer Connelly and her husband, an actor by the name of Paul Bettany. Let's see what their energy wanted to share with me. Sometimes it feels like they are two ships passing each other in the night. They have been married for what feels like ever. And while most of the spice is gone, they have similar values, and that has been the glue that keeps these two together all the year. I don't even know how long they're married. I didn't even bother looking that up. But it has been tough to have careers, lives together, lives apart, responsibilities, and a precious family among it all. And I think it's very telling, by the way, that they call their family precious. Like, it really actually says a lot about them. There are occasional strains, but it really is the shared values that have kept them together. They are mostly normal people that happen to have an abnormal career in Hollywood. And that is what I have for you on Jennifer Connelly and Paul Bettany. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Beth said, so did the dog really come back to life at... I don't know, I don't know if that's a joke. I don't know. You're going to have to let me know if that's serious and if a dog really came back to life. Lightning Flash said the Disney Freemasonry connections are what stirs my celebrity. Oh, I feel you, girl. Honey, have you seen my video on Disney? On Walt Disney? Oh, baby, you got to go back and watch it. No, I don't think that they were paired up because everything that they shared kind of made it seem like they're a real couple. So I don't think that they were paired up. The next topic I was asked to look into is a Spanish painter and sculptor by the name of Pablo Picasso. This is a wild one. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Pablo Picasso saw the world the way he painted, and that's what made him such a revolutionary as an artist. It also made living in the world sometimes intolerable, and he contemplated unaliving himself, because I won't say the word, more than once or twice. Ultimately, it was his friends that kept him grounded and sane, so-called sane, whatever that means, because according to Pablo Picasso, if that is how the rest of the world lived, at that time was considered sane, he wanted no part of it. To just live, to go about a day without some angst and a need to create because of it, what kind of life was that? Not one worth living to him. So even if sometimes he felt driven to the brink of madness, at least he felt. Because now on the other side, there is no angst. And he sometimes misses it. Not everything, but the feeling of angst specifically and how it drove him to paint. And he shared with me, it's nice that his art is considered valuable because he feels at least something came out of all of it. But to come back and to go through all of it again, he's not sure about that. That is what I have for you on Pablo Picasso. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Lightning Flash said the army writes infrastructures at a, oh God, it's the glare. The army writes infrastructures at a 3rd grade level. So be all you can be, right? Be all that you can be in the army. I'm with you, girl. Beth, that was one of the stories told about Mel's Hole. Mel claimed that his neighbor's dog was crossed over and he put it in the hole. Oh my God, that sounds like, what's that Stephen King book? Pet Cemetery? That's what it sounds like, right? Is that Blaze or Blea? What lore of this? We're just hanging out, having a good time. Just looking into the energy of the world behind the veil, and if that sounds cool to you, stick around, buddy, because there's a lot more where this came from. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actress by the name of Liv Tyler, who has an estimated net worth of $50 million. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. Liv Tyler asks me if I want to know what it was like growing up in the club. Dun, dun, dun. I don't think by now the plot has thickened. I think we're all kind of savvy to it. And even though I didn't respond, because she didn't really ask because she wanted me to respond, she asked rhetorically because she just wanted to tell me, because we exist for their entertainment, she tells me it was great. Like having a big extended family with tons of cousins, aunties, and uncles. And to know whatever she wanted to do, she always had a waiting career for her to be inserted into. Wait for the video on the club. We go there. There are no overnight successes in Hollywood. Only a carefully constructed series of highly scripted events designed to slowly introduce and integrate an actor to audiences and into the fold. Watch the video I have done on Hollywood. I go into it. Ultimately, though, it wasn't for her. Not that anyone was upset or sad about it, and she knows she can always return, but really, why work so hard? Movie sets are terribly boring, so she would rather not. But how does it feel to know I will always have to work for my survival and not like she does? Me, Faye, your host, rolled my eyes and chose to close the door on her energy with that. You're a smug bitch, Liv Tyler. I'm not going to stay in your energy, so you can't ask me how it feels to know that I have to work for my survival. Good fucking on you that you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth and is part of the club, and you don't have to work to survive. I'm very, very, very happy for you. You're also checked into the Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. I at least am free. Praise be, let the Lord open. I'm going to skip some pages. This was the excellent, although not highly watched video I had done on Isaac Newton, because you guys don't like my historical content. Boo fucking who. This is Mark Zuckerberg. You guys can go back and watch that. Maybe, even though he's not a celebrity. Boo fucking who. All right, the next topic I was asked to look into. Let me catch up on comments. I saw the end. 1 second. What's the end? I loved Empire Records, said Steve. The end. Beth, I can't help but wonder what club members would think if they actually know how we felt about them. But then again, they probably don't even, it's true, Beth, they don't care. They're like, fuck you, you're a fucking peasant. Ashley said some actually do like it. Beth said, I watched and loved them all. Hello, Rafik. Hello, my darling. All right, the next topic I was asked to look into is an American actress by the name of Lily Collins, and she has an estimated net worth of $25 million. She is also the daughter of the singer Phil Collins, and she references him, and that's why I am calling out who her father is. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. Lily Collins always knew there was something off about her father. She loved him, but love did not stop her from seeing how he was, as in different, angry, and aloof. He was creative, but that was not why he was different. And she shared with me her mom did a good job of trying to give her a mostly normal life, but somehow a cloud always loomed above her because of her father. It was not a topic of conversation with her mother, but she had concluded he has some sort of a mental health issue or personality disorder. This is Lily Collins sharing this with me. This is not my assessment. But then she was a teenager and she was paving her own way in the world. She found herself pulled towards acting, but whereas her father was creative and sometimes crazy, she wanted to be creative and happy and a pleasure to work on set with. She is content and proud of the life that she has built for herself. That is what I have for you on Lily Collins. Any questions, please feel free to ask. I was asked, what do I do? I'm an energy reader, honey. I'm also an intuitive and a medium and an astral, just a whole bunch of cool spiritual concepts. What that basically means is my specialty is peeling back the 3D veil and seeing the world as it actually is, and the spiritual, metaphysical, energetic, and vibrational elements that are comprising what we see here on this side. So when I'm talking about people, it's where I'm doing an energy read into them. Sarah Lee said, hey, Rafi. Oh, thank you, Sarah. She's saying Faye is a psychic and an energy reader. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate you. Ashley said, I can feel it coming in the air. Yes, that's it. That's her father. The next, I really want to try. Oh, guys, we're going to finish in the next few minutes. I have 1, 2, 3 more topics to get through, and then we can spend a few more minutes just kicking it. Okay. The next topic I was asked to look into is somebody by the name of Judge Judy. She is a former judge, now a TV personality, and she plays a judge on TV. That's the best way I can put it. She has an estimated net worth of $440 million. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. It is not an act. Judge Judy really is that no nonsense. She shared with me, it's a man's world, and women, but here's the thing, Katie Couric had also shared that with me, but this is where they diverge. Katie Couric was like, oh, woe is me, there's a glass ceiling, I can't pierce it. Judge Judy was like, okay, so fucking what? It's a man's world. That just means that women have to be tough to survive it. She's not sitting down on the floor and crying. She's not like, give me some tissues over here. No. She's like, okay, it's a tough world. I just have to be tougher then. So she really leans into being a bee. She was basically saying a bitch, but she didn't want to say bitch. She was just like, I lean into being a bee, bitch. And she does not mind if she has ruffled feathers along the way because she is a survivor and proud of it. And I was like, preach, sister. She is not tough exclusively because of being, because of it being a so-called man's world, or because of experiences she has had in this life, but also because of a collection of harrowing past lives as well. Is this a surprise? I really hope not if you've been here for a while. That she literally survived, as in famine, war, non-consensual sex where she was left to die but she didn't, disease, slavery, you name it, her soul has endured it. I'm going to remind you, no, it's not because she is unlucky in life. It's not because her soul was plucked and thrown into this body and it was like, sorry, sucker, you're going to suffer now. No, no, no. But because she is tough as nails and as the cosmic creator of her lifetimes has really set up for herself some doozies. So she's acknowledging this was my own doing. I chose these experiences for myself. And if you're wondering why, she shared that. Since Earth is where we come for experiences we have nowhere else, and the goal is growth on our part, she intentionally chooses lives with hardship. And look at her now. Has she not grown? Is she not strong? Is she not capable? Of course she is. And tremendously so. So she survived, and wherever she goes from here, she knows she lived her lives and she lived them well. That is what I have for you on Judge Judy. Any questions, please do let me know down below. And Ashley's like, I'll break it, referencing the glass ceiling. Here's the thing, we're all the cosmic creators of our life experiences, as Judge Judy just proved. We don't have to, like, you know, sit around and complain about it's a man's world and I couldn't pierce the glass ceiling. You make the most of the life that you're in. So I got 2 more topics, guys. I'm so excited. Here we go. This next one is a super, super brief little shorty boy. Again, this is what came in. I share it with you. I was asked to look into the energy of a photographer by the name of Annie Leibovitz, and this is what she shared with me. She has seen a thing or two, and oh, the stories that she could tell, but she will not, at least not with me and not on this day, because one does not become the most world-renowned photographer without keeping her mouth shut. That is what I have for you on Annie Leibovitz. Any questions, please do let me know. This is the last topic. I am so fucking excited. All right, here we go. I can't believe we got through everything. I'm gonna have so much fun doing timestamps tonight. This is a funny story. Again, because you guys, I'm taking you on my roller coaster. It's my channel. So I was laying in bed this morning. You know, like in that place where you're half awake and half asleep. You're not really asleep, but you're not really quite awake yet. This kind of popped into my mind. And this is, where did the expression catch a flight and not feelings come from, and what does it really mean behind the veil? Don't worry if you don't know what that means, I shall share it with you. And I don't know why I was thinking about this when I was half awake and half asleep. I just was. Probably had something to do with the dream that I had very, very, very vivid dreams. Not about Eric Dane, sadly. So, in the 3D, catching flights and not feelings mean to prioritize traveling and exploring new places over getting emotionally attached to somebody. As in literally catching a flight, getting on an airplane, but not catching feelings. Keep that in mind, please. And that falling in love can hold us back from adventures and potential experiences that we can have. But where did it really come from, and what purpose does it serve? Here we go. It is designed to reinforce the concept of YOLO. You only live once. And to tap people into selfish pursuits. That, of course, include hookup culture, because somebody traveling may want to sample a taste of the natives, just as they sample the native cuisine. So somebody's got Tinder on their phone and they're traveling abroad, they're gonna see if they can catch some native pussy while they're traveling. But it also demeans feelings and emotional attachment by saying catch feelings, like it's a cold that somebody can catch. So do you see how it demeans emotional attachment to another person? Catch feelings, like it's a cold I don't want to catch. Like it's something transient like air and not inherent inside of us like love is. So if you yourself find yourself catching feelings, it's okay. Feelings are not infectious diseases to fear, but something beautiful to lean into and to cherish. That is what I have for you on what does it mean to catch a flight and not feelings, and what does it really mean? And that concludes today's AMA. We made it, guys. We may have made it. My phone never would have made it. Probably after an hour in, it would have cut out because my phone literally could not handle another minute of storage. I gotta get this sorted out, and I gotta get it sorted out this weekend. I have so much content coming out for you guys. Oh my God, I just need the space to actually record it. But let's hang out for a few minutes. You guys can let me know if you actually enjoyed this format. If you enjoy I've been wanting to try this for a while anyway, so I was like, okay, it's happening. You guys can let me know if you actually enjoy like an AMA live stream, because I know I certainly did. If you didn't, that's okay. Like, I respect all of y'all's feelings. You can let me know how you enjoyed this. There will be timestamps going up, so if you hopped in a little bit late and you're not sure, like, don't worry, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna put the timestamps in. Let me catch up on some comments. Oh, no, I don't actually need to. Honey, baby, Ashley, why are you nervous? It's all good, baby. Don't worry about it. Beth, woohoo, we did do it. This is exciting. Thanks, Faye, for everything. Thanks, guys, for showing up and being you. Love to you all. Yes, Faye, it was most enjoyable. Thank you, my love. Guys, if you haven't yet, please click the like button. It will really tremendously help the channel. And here's also the thing, guys. I have so much content. I could be a full-time content creator at this point. I'm trying to line up with the energy of making that happen, because I enjoy this more than almost everything else that I do. Like, the energy work that I get to do in the world, I enjoy most than almost anything. So I'm trying to line up with that energy. I'm trying to manifest it into existence. We just need let's help the channel grow, y'all. Please click the like button. It really helps the channel grow. It helps with the algorithm. I promise you, when we get to like 5,000 subs, I'm gonna throw a motherfucking party. Like, and when I want to get to 10,000. When we get to 10,000, that'll be chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Please share my content. Tell people about it. Help get the word out there. I have so much content that I want to share with you guys, and I'm just trying to line up with the reality in which I can actually do this more full time. So if you can help a sister out, please help a sister out. Joe Granada said, oh, I'm so glad that you enjoyed this, dear. Ashley said your calling. It feels like it's my calling, absolutely. Oh yes, I think that says oh yes, I'm not sure. I have a glare and it's really dark in here actually, so I'm sorry if I'm not saying your handle correctly. There is something mysterious and captivating about you that is impossible. Oh, thank you, my dear, I appreciate that. Your gaze draws me in and your energy surrounds me like a warm, ooh, somebody has a career in writing, I see, like a warm evening breeze, even without knowing you. Thank you for saying so. I do really greatly appreciate that. I can sense that you are someone unforgettable. Oh my God, okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. Beth said, beautiful, it is beautiful, and I appreciate it tremendously. Sarah said, en route to 10,000 followers. I know, I promise you guys I'm gonna throw a party. I don't even know what kind of party it's gonna be. I'm gonna get in my car, I'm gonna drive around, I'm gonna visit all you guys in other states around the country, the United States at least, where I can do something like that. I will come and I will visit you. I will do a road trip over the summer. I will come and visit y'all. And we'll celebrate in person. It will be a wonderful event. I have so much content that I want to share with you guys. Maybe this is just a sign that I need to, sort out the technology issues, because if I'm having this issue now, how can I be like a full-time content creator, right? So maybe this is my invitation to be like, no, girl, like your ambition, we got you, but like you need to work out some things in the 3D to get there. So maybe it's a sign that I gotta work those things out. I don't know. But I have some amazing content that is gonna be coming out. I have Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden and creation. I have the video on the club, 50 pages. So you best believe I bring the goods in that video. And then I also have the mini energy read that I'm gonna do on Christopher Columbus. It will be a good video, I promise. I will make it worth your while to watch that video. And I promise at some point I'm going to be coming out with like yoga content as well. I really want to. It's something before I started doing this, I was actually going to do a yoga channel. I was just going to like be doing like a yoga class on YouTube, and it's a whole long story how it didn't come to pass. I ended up doing this. Steve has joked about it. Like, you could see the mysteries of the universe. You're going to teach yoga. Yeah, I was going to. Because here's the thing. We still live in a 3D world, and our 3D bodies matter. So, but I'm going to start making some yoga content as well. I'm telling you guys, I have so much good to bring you guys. Like, you ain't seen nothing yet, and you've seen a lot by now. So just keep in mind, like, how much better it's actually going to get. Ashley said sweet, and oh boy, Faye, I need to get with you when you can. It's been hard to get here. I don't know what that means, darling, but you know I'm here for you. Faye, the video that I'm gonna do on creation, holy fucking bananas, guys. Like, if you think you're not gonna enjoy it, if you think it's gonna be like ho-hum, it's like my historical content, no. No. If you choose not to watch that video when it comes out, egg on your face. It's incredible. It's insightful. You will learn far more about what is going on in the world at large today because of that video. And it's concise and it's all in one. It's brain breaking. Like, you know the mind blown emoji? That's what that video is. It's the mind blown emoji. Steve said it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up there. It's gonna be mind blowing. Ashley's like, girl, ... And Steve said, no doubt. All right, I'm gonna stay on for like a couple more minutes. If you guys have questions, anything that you want to ask me, I'm here. Otherwise, I'm gonna bounce. I gotta make dinner. I don't know what I'm making for my kid. Like, it's the end of the week. I'm tapped out. I gotta figure it out because he's gonna be home soon. But first, I'm gonna do some conscious hydrating. Oh, make grilled cheese. That's one of his favorites. I think I'm gonna make grilled cheese, and that's not too time consuming. Okay, but I'm here for you guys for the next few minutes if you want me. Otherwise, you can start to, you know, drop like flies, and I'll get the hint, and I will bounce too. Steve, brain breaking sounds delightful. Beth said, have to go. Love to all until. Thank you, Beth. I'm really glad that you were here and you were able to hang out for the entire time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Steve said that was cheesy. Are we consciously hydrating? If not, this is your reminder. Please consciously hydrate. All right. We're starting to. Some people are starting to bounce. Guys, before you bounce, please click the like button. Please. If you enjoyed this, if you didn't enjoy this, no expectation to click the like button. But if you did, if you've been here for a while, please click the like button before you bounce. If you have questions, I'll hang around for a few more minutes. Oh, we still got bouncers. I hope that everybody that is bouncing has already clicked the like button. If you have, go in peace, my child. I bid you farewell with nothing but love in my heart. All right? I'm going to give it just 2 more minutes. If I don't get any of it, okay, it's still going down. Guys, click that like button. If you're part of the replay crew, please click the like button as well. I appreciate all of you guys, even if you don't click the like button, especially if you don't, I should say. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for being here. As I always say, and I will continue to say, because it's still true, now more than ever, if not for you guys, I would be some weird chick just talking to herself on YouTube. So thank you for being here. You have saved me from being the weird chick on YouTube. I mean, I'm still her, I'm just not talking to myself. Ashley, you have been heavily on my mind for a while, and I really need to... so, you know, in the link of all of my videos is my website. You can reach out to me. And I think I also have my email on there. Okay, love? Steve, thank you. Looking forward to more. I have something, but I can't recall at the moment. I think we're going to do members live stream this weekend. We're like at the 2-week mark. I think we're due for one. So I'm going to post in the community section when it's going to be. We'll do a members live stream, Steve. So if you can think of it by then, great. We'll tackle it. Joe Granada, thanks, Faye. As always, bye, darling. I'm so glad that you were able to catch us. Ashley said this is no joke. I'm here for you, honey. And even if it was not, you know, big and catastrophic, I'm still here for you, okay? So I'm gonna bid farewell to you guys. Oh, we got one more like. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys. Please click that like button. We are now at 19 people in the chat and 19 likes. This is beautiful. Please click that like button before you all bounce. I'm gonna bounce. I gotta make dinner for my kid. I need to consciously hydrate. I need to get this video uploaded so I can start doing the time. I mean, it's live anyway. I gotta start working on the timestamps tonight so the replay crew will actually have a enjoyable experience watching all of this, and they can just click ahead if they want to. I hope that you guys have enjoyed all of this. I enjoyed this. Thank you for being here, and I cannot wait until the next time. I will see you all then. And until then, this is your reminder to stay in the high vibration. Bye, guys.